Yes, sir. We're officially back at it. This is Boog Nice coming at you with the Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast. This is episode 34, I believe. We're actually going live at 7 on the dot, I guess. We're just trying to make sure that everything is right because YouTube's been doing some weird shit and trying to switch up the Google Hangout, and I don't know what's going on. We live, Fabio?
We are, and this is actually episode 36.
36. See, I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. So, I'm going to have to edit that. I don't know if I can even edit it right now. Let's see.
No, but we are live. It looks like it's going. Looks like the chat is going. Nobody's saying it, but everything seems to be going fine.
All right, perfect. So, we're just going to wait for a couple more people to join us.
All right, so let's talk really, really slowly to really draw it out. How was your week? Or 2 weeks, actually.
Yeah, it's been, I think it might have been 3 weeks since we've been on, actually.
Oh, you're right. We skipped 2 episodes.
Yeah, we didn't have 2 episodes for sure, but then it might have been one other week before that we were all just kind of doing our own thing and shit.
Yeah, and you're definitely not going to be here next week because of New York Comic Con, so we definitely had to get an episode out today.
It's going to be kind of nuts next week. Well, you know what? That Sunday, I might be back. I might have had enough of the con by Sunday evening. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Play it by ear and see what's what. But yeah, definitely excited for New York Comic Con. I guess we'll talk about that a little bit as the episode progresses. But yeah, I guess I'll start off with shit that I've gotten in the past 3 weeks or so. I don't know. One thing that I'm really happy about that I got most recently was the headcast from May Shelf at May Shelf MAYSHELF on Instagram. He did these Wolverine headcasts. I guess I could find a picture of it somewhere here in a second. But
yeah, we showed it off on the last episode for sure.
Yeah, we did. That's right. So
but now we've actually got a lot of painted ones on people's hands. So it's an interesting comparison. I mean, that thing came out really good. And I've seen a lot of head sculpts floating around, but that's definitely among the best ones. Even though you are a little bit limited to just only having the cigar in there because without it, it just looks silly.
You know what? Somebody mentioned something cool that I wanted to try too. I can't remember who it was, but they said maybe if you had like a beer glass, you could kind of hold it up to the open part of the mouth and kind of use the attributes to make it look like he was drinking or something like that.
Yeah, that could look good. Or having him exhale with that too, like put some cotton coming out of that hole.
Or straw, maybe. That would be that would be pretty
fun. Anything. But, you're limited in that he's not really like a relaxed phase is what I'm saying. So that's a good head-to-head for sure, but there's others floating around that are also good for what I'm saying is look for more than just one because this Wolverine is just so versatile. You're going to want to put every head in all different states on him, but
yeah,
this one's the best. I actually dug up my old, I think I have an Age of Apocalypse Wolverine from Toy Biz way back in the day, and it's an ugly-ass head sculpt, but I painted some skin tones over the little red marks on him or whatever, and kind of made him look a little more natural. Now he just looks like an angry, unmasked Logan.
I see the another angry face floating around out in the Philippines and Singapore and stuff like that. I think Dave Castle's supposed to get that one too.
Nice.
We'll bring up pictures of all of this stuff in a second. But yeah, I think Dave Castle's supposed to cast that for the people over here in the States. But yeah, I was very happy with the headcast from May Shelf. And first of all,
speaking of Dave Castle,
say it again.
Speaking of Dave Castle, I actually just got his head sculpt that we have on the web shop.
You know what else I want to get from Dave Castle is that Goons 3-pack too. I got to bring up pictures of all of this shit.
Yeah. That would be good.
Yeah, we all over the place. But yeah. So first and foremost, the head cast in itself was top notch, great quality. No bubbles, no bullshit. The shit looked very, very professional. It looked really official. I think I heard somewhere that dude who was doing these is a legit company man. He works for one of these companies, if I'm not mistaken. So that makes sense as to why this was such great quality. But so I got it in, and a lot of different people were painting the heads, and I saw some that looked great, I saw some that looked okay, and I saw some that didn't look too good. But Pharaoh got his painted. I guess we'll get him on here shortly, but he got his painted by Alex Garcia. And I thought his looked really good. I don't know if I would say that it was the best, but that's who I went with, and sent it out to him. And when I got it back, I was definitely pleased. I didn't have really any issues. I think I think he could have actually made the the hair and the eyebrows maybe just a bit darker, but I don't know. Maybe it would have actually made it look too hard or ruined it in some way. But I think he did an excellent job of matching the skin tones and making it look pretty official with the stock body. So, like I said, I'll bring up some pictures of that shortly. But I got that in. That's Wolverine. The Wolverine figure has been sitting on my desk since I got it for the past over a month, almost 2 months. Basically, I can't put this figure down. So
I had to get it twice, not only because I like the figure a lot, but I actually took the regular Wolverine head that it comes with, anticipating that I would get another one coming in the mail. I took that plain ass Hasbro head that it comes with and put it on the first appearance Deadpool Walgreens exclusive. And now I've got a D-Man. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, I saw a few people actually messing around and trying to kit bash their own D-Man too. So yeah, that looks pretty cool. I wouldn't be surprised if they did something like that officially.
I think to make it more official, you'd have to paint the black on the mask the same brown as the Daredevil suit, but the yellows match perfectly, which is good.
So yeah, that was one thing. I'm kind of going from most recent, since some of the most recent stuff is right here in front of me. But I also got the SH Figure Arts Age of Ultron Black Widow figure. I don't know. I'm not in love with it. I think
How's the head?
it's okay, but I'm looking at the head and I'm comparing it to Hasbro's version from the Mandroid wave, and Hasbro shit is holding up to the import, really, if you want to
Okay.
keep it all the way 100. So it's like the head doesn't look bad, but something is off. I don't know what it is exactly. Something is off. I don't really like the way they did the bosom either. Like I feel like it looks like she's got a shirt. It looks like she's got a flesh colored shirt under the black skin tight thing, and like there's another layer where the actual neck is. It looks kind of weird. I don't know. I just wanted them, and it's not like Scarlett Johansson is like mad busty anyway, but still, like, you know what I'm saying? You want your shit to look a certain type of way when you get your comic book figures in. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm. Oh, I
it
know.
has good articulation. It has good articulation. It's got good accessories. You get the two pistols. You get the two electric batons or whatever you would call those things. You get a couple of sets of hands. I like the way they did the belt with the pouches and everything on the belt can spin and can move, so it doesn't hinder the articulation in any way. You can get into some great crouching poses, and she can stand, even though she's got like the platform type hills. She could kind of stand with no issues. But I'm not overly impressed with the figure overall. It's just okay to me. I'm happy to have it to kind of almost round out your Avengers and figure arts. But I don't know. Yo, can you link John?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm linking him right now. He's still getting an error. I was actually getting that same error when you first linked it, but I kept trying and it ended up working. So, John, if you're listening, try that. Just keep clicking it.
How you invite him?
Oh, you through Google. On that Scarlett Johansson, the only thing I sort of noticed that's a little off about the head is not the likeness so much, but just kind of the proportions of her nose. It looks a little bulbous, if that makes sense. Like it's a little more rounded
It does.
at,
It
at the
does.
tip than hers is a little bit more pointed.
Yo,
Oh, there he is.
thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
God of the internet is here. Bow down, peasants.
Yes, please.
You know what? Let me invite all of our good friends, since that seemed to work really well.
Let me address the chat while you do that so we don't have dead air. What's up, Ronald McDonald 00.1? Huge fan, he says. What's up, man?
Ronald
What do we think
McDonald.
about Uncle Ben?
You know
I
what?
think that's the one
Ronald
comic
McDonald,
character they should never bring back. They should keep it that way.
We haven't seen Ronald McDonald in a McDonald's commercial in the longest, huh?
True that.
Yeah, that is weird, isn't it? Although on a radio show the other day, I did see Mac Sabbath, which is a parody Black Sabbath cover band where they all dress like demented McDonald's characters. It's crazy.
Who played Grimace though?
Oh, Grimace was a dark man. He was
Nice.
like he had a full Grimace suit, but he had this black metal motif about him. It was crazy.
Very cool.
I don't remember if I talked about the raft set. I think I did. I think that was the last week that we had when I got the raft set. So I got that in. I don't think I need to cover that. Oh, I got a Weeson from Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. I'm really happy with that figure. It's not like the most highly articulated figure, but it's a fucking nice figure. It's really nice.
Does it have articulation, but it's hindered, or does it just not have articulation?
No, it has articulation. I mean, the arms, the head, the arms move in every possible place that you would think. Bicep, swivel, shoulder, double jointed, elbow, wrist, all of that good stuff. The legs have the articulation under that long kind of like dress thing, but you're not going to get that much upper torso articulation. Even though there is some, surprisingly, it's decently articulated for having on that long dress. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like you see Weiss do crazy things in the show. And shout out to my man P, who's actually would have probably joined us, but he's with Emiya at what con is that right now? You know what
No
con?
clue.
It's
like Atlanta.
Atlanta something. Anime Weekend Atlanta, maybe?
Something like that. All right. Well, P and I just saw a picture of P and Emiya together, so they're hanging out there. But Pancho has me on his Plex network, and I just recently started catching up on all the Dragon Ball Super episodes. I've been like lagging way behind, and I'm happy with that show, man. The show is pretty fucking entertaining, man. It's they're doing a lot of good things. I know I'm late and shit. They on like episode probably like 60 or some shit now. I'm probably like in the 30s right now, 40, maybe like episode 40 or whatever. But the show is cool, man, and they really. I understand now. I understand why they feel the need to keep putting out these newer characters from the show. It does make sense, and Pancho's been saying that for the longest, as has Rick. But yeah, I got Weiss. Weiss is dope.
Whoa, you forgot to mention his cosplay.
Who? Pancho's right? Oh, he's Harambe. He's like a dragon.
He's a Saiyan 8 Harambe.
Oh my god.
We got to get pictures of all this shit up here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got that. And I don't know. Tell me some shit you got, Fabio, because I got to remember.
All right. Well, I actually started making a list when I thought we were going to podcast last week, and I added shit to it this week. So we got I found the Doctor Strange wave thanks to my man Adrian Beltran. He sent me a text. I was actually running some errands for my mom, and she lives in like Orange County. And I was on my way back, and the address that he sent me of where he had found a couple of the Doctor Strange legends that he had picked up sent me the address, and it happened to be on the way back to where I was driving from anyway. So I stopped by, found the entire wave except for Iron Fist and Nico. So I'm still on the hunt for those, but I'm sure my comic shop will hook it up with those. But the whole wave, overall, I'm getting Dr. Voodoo, which is something I missed out on that box set.
Wait, you said you didn't get Iron Fist?
I did not get Iron Fist, and I did not get Nico.
Yeah, Iron Fist is like the fucking best figure out of the wave, then.
I know, and that's why Adrian took it and left me with just the rest of the wave. Somebody else must have gotten Nico too, but overall, it's still pretty cool. I'm going to be happy to have Dormammu. The Strange Legends, I honestly only get the movie figures because I end up using them for like store or movie theater displays. So, that's fine. It helps the comic shop sell the...
The movie figures are great for fodder and for using those for like randoms in your displays and shit like that too.
Just get them for the heads, honestly. Just get the suited body and then just take the heads off and plop them on there.
You know what? I'm really liking the body for Mordo. We getting close to AI articulated icons dropping. You could use that as some random monk or whatever. Like those bodies will definitely come in hand, man.
Definitely. Yeah. And the Astral Strange is actually kind of cool too. It's got that pearlescent sort of look to it. It's super ultra like situational. You're not going to use it for much, but like I said, if I end up doing like a theater display, we usually do like one Doctor Strange, like for example, comic display, and then one movie display. So then we kind of have that contrast there, and it'll be cool to have the Astral Strange there. That way, our job is to just make a product that's on shelf look even better than people thought possible. And so if somebody sees that Strange used in a cool display, the Astral one, it might not be such a bad peg warmer. Who knows? This is all wishful thinking. Moving on, I got an SH Figure Arts, a Michael Jackson, which I only got because I got this Freddie Mercury and that Bruce Lee, and I did that stupid photo. And I just thought it'd be funny to I have, the Lori dollhouse that I've got Beltran repainting for me, and I figure I'm just gonna have my dead celebrities live in that little dollhouse.
What?
Michael Jackson.
Speaking of the Beltrans, real quick, Adrian Beltran did a really good job of painting this Wolverine head cast too. I saw some of his painted versions. They look really good too.
Yeah, he did a few for a few people, and yeah, shout out to him. He did a good job. I should have gotten someone like him to paint mine. What else did I get?
Paint your own?
Yeah, but I'm talking about the one that I did.
I got
I
you.
told you about earlier from that other Wolverine.
I got you.
I got a NECA V for Vendetta figure. I found it for like $15 on eBay, which is nuts. Absolutely nuts for that figure. I got a couple WWE Elites. Here's a funny thing. I got the new Roman Reigns, which had has the new belt, and he has the gold trim from his WrestleMania appearance or whatever. And this is like strictly for my wrestling guys, but it comes with a new belt. The WWE title belt that they put out before, the world title belt, was kind of like one piece of molded plastic, and a lot of people were complaining because past belts were, a piece of leather with actual plastic plates there. So this new belt that comes out with this new Roman Reigns is actually gone back to that original method. So it looks a lot better than the current title belts out now. So that's one reason to get that. But I went back a couple days later, and somebody had swapped out that same Roman Reigns with that belt with just a shitty version of the same belt and the previous version. So it's just sad to see that kind of shit on shelves. And
Savage.
just the swap out thing is rampant these days, you guys.
Indeed.
It is, man. I saw in another group somewhere. You just reminded me that somebody had ratted on somebody on some people to Hasbro or something about the whole swap out things, or the Toys R Us or some shit. Where did I see that? I saw that I saw a screen cap of it from another group though. I gotta look into that behind the scenes.
And what did it say?
But it was basically the person just writing a letter or sending a message to Hasbro or to Toys R Us. I can't remember which it was, but saying, hey, you need to check into this like swapping shit. Like it's rampant and it's fucked up, whatever, basically. So
I mean, I know some, more inner city Targets and Toys R Us's around here actually keep them in clamshells or behind the glass shelf in the electronics section.
Yeah, they'll put that little like wire detector.
Spider.
Yeah. Right. The spider wrap.
And put that on.
I'm about to screen share Poncho's picture. Okay, I don't know if he wants this shared because it's on his Facebook.
Yeah, sure. Is it the picture with him and Emiya?
Not Emiya, but just him and his Harambe get up. Is it working?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
He's got his, and he's got one more up here somewhere.
Greedy.
Harambe's.
Oh my god.
It's a pretty legit Saiyan armor, I must say.
Good lord.
Where the fuck did he get those boots?
Like galoshes. What are those?
What are those? Oh my god, is that Becca next to him?
I think maybe.
Yeah, I guess so. It must be.
Or maybe some other random Harambe cosplayer.
That's wrong.
Well, that's that. Moving on, I went to the Mattel store here and I found a bunch of the Walmart exclusive Elites. They're called the Then Now Forever line, I believe. And they come in white package and they're Elites, but they're kind of random characters. So I got a Rock, which is from his WrestleMania last year appearance, which is actually kind of cool because it's just like a figure of The Rock. Like he's just the actor, The Rock. He has his Under Armour shirt that says "Just Bring It." It comes with a microphone and a chair with like a WrestleMania sticker that's supposed to be like the padding or whatever. So it looks like the commemorative chair. So it's kind of cool. And then they also had Tyler Breeze with the selfie stick, the Elite Tyler Breeze, and Rusev with the screaming face, which is kind of cool. I like Ruru. He's my fave. I already talked about that Marvel Legends Wolverine. I got an extra to make D-Man. Nick Utley, shout out to Nick Utley. He sent me a Michael Keaton Batman. Looking for a couple of extras to. Why does it still say I'm screen sharing?
I don't think you
Is
are.
it screen sharing me?
No.
Yeah.
Is it?
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Wait.
Whatever.
Oh, it is. Wait, no, it's not. You're good. Never mind.
All right.
Anyway, Nick Utley sent me Michael Keaton Batman because I'm actually looking for a few extras to make some repaints, like Kenner style repaints. His is probably going to become the classic blue gray color Iron Winch Batman from Kenner. And then I don't know. I saw a guy on Instagram, back when this Keaton Batman craze first hit a couple years ago. I saw a guy who did the entire line of Michael Keaton variants from Kenner all the way through like the Batman Returns line as well, which is absolutely nuts. I'm not going to do that many, but I did want like a couple of key ones. Maybe the one that's all like gold and just the black cape and cowl with black gloves and boots. I don't know, just those stupid, silly colors that, I don't know. I have like a whole cube in my DTOF of repaints in weird colors that I've done or NECA has done. So I don't know. It'll fit in well there. And luckily my girlfriend is she's working on a cape pattern based on the original cape. So I'll have one that'll actually match the blue that I used. And then I ended up finding another Keaton Batman at my True. They just had a fresh restock, I guess. For some reason, that's been popping up even more, even though that figure came out like last year or 2 years ago now. So I got another one. I'm just going to keep it in box in case I think of something else to repaint it to. And speaking of new ways to keep things safe on pegs and keeping people from stealing shit, it's those glow-in-the-dark eggs. Remember the originals in the cartons?
Yeah.
They have the glow-in-the-dark ones now, and they actually put it in a clamshell that actually fits over the entire shape of the eggs, because a lot of those were getting stolen. It was just empty eggs. And finally, I got New Nightmare Freddy, which is kind of a shitty figure, actually.
Wait, is that an ultimate figure?
The eyes on that are pretty fucked up. I looked through 2 entire cases. Every single one of them was completely fucked up. It's like the eyes are sculpted, looking to the side.
Figure,
You want to pick?
no, I said, is it an ultimate figure?
It's not technically an ultimate figure, but it is fully articulated and it has an alternate head. But it's not in the ultimate line. It doesn't come in the box. It just comes on a clamshell.
Our ultimate figure, I think it's a Freddy figure that's supposed to be.
It's the Freddy, but that's the part 3 Freddy.
Gotcha.
It's the one with the chest of souls. This is the New Nightmare one where it's like a movie within a movie of Friday the 13th. Or
Doing another
on Elm Street.
Too, right?
I'm sorry?
They're doing another Jason figure too, right?
Yeah, they're doing the part 3 Jason next. That's an ultimate figure. And then I think that's about it for me. John, what'd you get this week? Or 2 weeks, 3 weeks, however long it's been, man.
I haven't gotten anything in the past 3 weeks. I've been like focused on writing and then dealing with personal stuff. But I guess a really cool thing is that I'm now a published writer, so that's kind of cool.
Heyo, where at? Nice job. Congrats, man.
Yeah, it was just for my my local newspaper, so it's pretty cool. I'm now a official reporter, so this is neat.
That's
Nice,
what's up. Very nice.
Yeah. But yeah, otherwise, nothing really. I'm gonna order the Spider-Man wave though, the Space Venom one. I'm literally 3 waves of Legends behind right now. I haven't gotten anything from Space Venom, nothing from the Abomination wave, and then nothing from the Doctor Strange one. So those are what I'm planning to hit up next.
Excellent. We'll talk offline about that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I forgot to mention, I also got the new cutouts packs, which are fantastic.
Yeah, I like them a lot too.
They're definitely the best ones that have come out yet. Not only is the size better, because one of the complaints I had was how big the last ones were. These are much better size.
Size them down a little bit too, but they really once you rim them a little bit, they really pop and picture. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty happy with the size and the overall variety. I mean, obviously they were like X-Men themed packs, but I've already used a bunch of them with non-Marvel Legend and non-X-Men figures and characters or whatever. So pretty cool. I definitely like them. We have the Deadpool or the Insane Mercenary packs shipping this week and Friday, right in time for Comic-Con and right before the release of Yamaguchi Deadpool or the Revoltech Deadpool will be dropping another set of those. So look out for that. It'll be the same set that is shipping this week, but just another release because a lot of people didn't really weren't hip to it and didn't get on those. But yeah, I guess I could say that's one thing that I got too. I've had them, but I didn't open them for whatever reason. I was just here doing other shit. But yeah, I also got a couple of the last remaining pieces of my diorama from Al Figures. Well, I guess it wasn't really part of the diorama. It was some of those dumpsters from, I guess, the Wrestling Superstore or whatever. Is that where they originate from? Those dumpsters.
I think Fabio's on mute.
Okay, but you muted, Fabio, if you don't know. But
Oh, my bad. You're talking about the ones with the wheels and stuff, right?
yeah, that's from
Those are from Wrestling Superstore.
All right, so yeah, I had ordered them from Wrestling Superstore and just had them shipped directly to Al like months and months ago, and I have actually forgot about the shits really. But yeah, he painted them up for me. Basically, he did one with like some graffiti of like people's names in the community and different people that we know and shit like that, and then he just kind of weathered one. So I got that for my alleyway setups, and I don't know. I know I got a couple more things. I don't know if I talked about Kitty Pryde, but I got Kitty Pryde and Cable, Big Bad Toy Store, sent me those two. So that was cool. Thank you to the folks over at Big Bad Toy Store. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all that I got. I don't know. I'm lying. I know there's more stuff somewhere.
Well, the biggest news this week is probably Luke Cage and how it crashed Netflix.
Yeah.
Fucking great show. Great show.
How far are you in?
Finished it entirely. I literally just stayed up and binged it since I have absolutely nothing better to be doing. But
I stayed up great. 2 nights or maybe 3, and I finished it. It's good. I liked it a lot, man.
I would say that like if you had to judge season 1 of Luke Cage against like season 1 of Daredevil, you're probably going to either like Luke Cage a little bit more or around the same. For me personally, I really enjoyed what they were going for in Luke Cage. They, avoided the blaxploitative sort of origin story, obviously, and they modernized it, switched a few things up. Spoiler alert! I'm putting spoilers up right now, so don't like bitch at me. No spoilers? No
spoilers. We're gonna keep it spoiler free for about 2 weeks.
Darth Vader scream. Okay, but they change a few things. They change a few character origins and character relationships, and it works. It works really, really well. And music is as much a character in this show as the city of Harlem.
Definitely.
And it's basically Daredevil. I'm sorry, go for it.
I was just going to interject and say that they were definitely on location most of the time for what I've seen so far. I'm only 4 episodes in, but from what I've seen so far, like they literally were shooting just about every bit of that in Harlem. So I will say that, but go ahead.
But it reminded me so much of like basically how Netflix released The Get Down. So it was very much so like The Get Down meets Daredevil, Hell's Kitchen, obviously. So it's like within that wheelhouse. So if you were a fan of Daredevil, if you're a fan of The Get Down, you have yourself a nice happy medium between the two worlds.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about The Get Down. It's a good comparison.
Yeah. What's up, Rectangular?
Thank you for not spoiling it, because I was just about to start watching when Boog sent me the invite.
Oh, for sure.
You haven't watched any episodes yet?
Nah, I've been busy as hell. I just recorded the Triple C podcast last night, and then I just did a review this afternoon, so I'm like, playing catch up.
Ooh, double duty, Todd.
Yeah.
Hey.
I was just going to say that it did avoid the blaxploitation things, but it was kind of filmed like those movies, which was one of my favorite thing about it. Like some of the later fight scenes, especially, and one of the other things I like, which isn't really a spoiler, but they do kind of a version of the Serpent Society in this, and it's kind of cool. Like it works for this. It's not explicitly that.
It's funny that you say that, because from what I've seen so far, that's what was in the back of my mind. So okay, that's cool. But
just to break confusion, the Cottonmouth that is or not Cottonmouth. Well, yeah, Cottonmouth that's in the actual series is not the same Cottonmouth as the one that's a part of the Serpent Society. So
yeah,
I saw a lot of people in the group.
It still seemed like that's what they were kind of.
Oh yeah.
Playing. But,
that was exactly what they were playing with the later character that gets introduced and Cottonmouth. It's absolutely what they were playing with.
But yeah, what I've seen so far has been pretty damn good. There's been some great dialogue. I like the way they've written some of the stuff. It's been some really funny parts in the dialogue that had me like really cracking up. I think they're doing a pretty decent job with keeping it modern and really um, and being up to date with the slang and stuff like that. I think they've done pretty well. I think it's been good, man. I'm pretty happy with the first 4 episodes so far. I will say, I don't know if I should. I'm not gonna say that yet, but yeah, I'm not gonna say anything else. I like it.
I will say that
it's
go for it. Go for it.
it's refreshing to hear. Boog has lived his entire life in New York, and to hear him, say that it's legit. That makes those of us who've never even been to the city, that gives us reassurance that the show is actually pretty damn good. So.
Yeah,
lends
definitely.
credibility.
And the people that they use, these some of these actors, they have been in tons of New York based movies, and they did a good job with picking most of the cast. I would say the dude who played Pops, I can't remember his name, but you guys probably
Oh, that beautiful chocolate man.
The right thing, man.
Wire, and
The
he's
right
been
thing.
so many freaking movies and shit. So obviously, great actor. Obviously, he's seasoned. The fella who plays Pops' friend that was that came in was playing him in chess all of those years. I forget the character's name. What's his name with the
Bobby Fish?
Yeah.
Yes, right. So he's been in a ton of New York based and Harlem based movies. He was
Yep.
in Paid in Full.
He was also on the Get Down.
Yeah, he was also on the Get Down. So they did a good job with picking people that are hip to and in tune with the culture, and it's not they're not really doing too much acting. It's authentic. So definitely like the girl who's playing Misty Knight.
Hell yes.
Her name is Simone. She is actually a school friend, or she went to the same college as David Walton, and hopefully we'll be talking to her at some point. Maybe here on the podcast or on A.C.B.A. Saturday, we'll get to interview her or something like that. We're trying to finagle that, so that would be awesome. But I think she did from what I've seen so far, she's done a very good job as well.
Yeah, she's definitely one of the stronger characters, and I like her arc throughout the story.
Honestly, just seeing powerful black women in these roles, it's just it really is a treat, because they are probably the most underrepresented group out there, specifically women of color. But black women that are controlling, because Misty Knight and Claire, that's played by Rosario Dawson, they are commanding the stage when they're on screen. They are very much so in control, and it's a real treat to see that.
Mm-hmm. You know what I like a lot so far too is how it's being integrated into the overall Marvel universe and shit, and little Easter eggs and different things that they talked about. I think it's been very well done, and it's funny because I watch Emergency Awesome. I don't know if y'all fuck with him, but he does
I like him.
He does a lot of TV recaps and reviews of TV shows and shit like that. And I watched his recap of episodes 1 through 3 of Luke Cage, and he was spot on with a lot of shit that he said, man. He was very, very spot on. I agree with pretty much everything he had to say. The reference to the Avengers. I like how they used the arms dealer dude that was in Daredevil. What's his name?
Turk.
Yeah.
I like how they used him, and made references to Kingpin, and it's very well weaved into the Marvel Universe fabric. I think they did a good job from what I've seen so far. Again, I'm only on episode 4, so I'm definitely.
I think this one probably has the most references to any other stuff.
Yeah, maybe.
Talked about Thor.
There's a lot of little nods and name drops, but there's also as we find out on the origin episode of Luke Cage, we actually get to see his original look, which is crazy.
Right.
Honestly, that was the best homage to that look ever. Honestly, the origin story in the Luke Cage series is 100% the best thing that Netflix has ever put out in terms of just origin story. It's great. It really is.
I would put it in between Daredevil and Jessica Jones.
For me,
I still like
it's
Daredevil more
like
just because I'm more connected with Daredevil. Jessica, I think Jessica Jones just as a series dragged on a little bit more in the middle
You know what?
than
David
this one
Morgan
did.
actually mentioned that too, and it's something that he had posted in PNP, and he was saying how Jessica Jones could have been intertwined into the Luke Cage story, and it might have made both of them even better. Like Jessica Jones may not have needed her own show, but I don't know if I agree with that 100%. I think she did need her own show, just in terms of a strong woman lead and a show.
we had to get to know her. That was the whole
Right,
thing. We just
exactly.
had to get to know her story.
Maybe she didn't need that many episodes. Maybe it needed to just be like 7 episodes or something like that. Maybe that's what it was, and they could have eliminated some of that like dead space and some of that repetitive shit that was happening in her show. You know what
I
I'm saying?
mean, Jessica Jones starts with, "Oh, I'm afraid of Kilgrave," but she has the power to kill him because she's figured out how to create a mental block, and then it ends with her killing him. And there's in between, there really isn't much else. So
Right.
it's like it was very much so dead space. But I think that probably would have gotten fixed if it had like 8 episodes.
I think Kilgrave was probably maybe the best villain that we've seen so far.
Yeah. Though this one has
100%.
some good villains too. Luke Cage has a very strong first act villain, and then in the later half of the series, we're introduced to a new villain who's not quite as strong, but of a performance, but he's a very imposing character too. And then we have a very classic brawl at the end. So I think it's a good
I'm just
ride
glad
for sure.
that Netflix isn't giving us Ronan the Accusers. I'm just happy about that. Like, we actually have characters with real motivations and really they dive into their id so much that it's like, but everything's emotionally tied to something else. Like every single action that these villains take, it's all coming from something that's happened to them personally or something that they want. Like there is a motivation behind all of these actions. Whereas with Ronan the Accuser, or what was the villain that was in Iron Man 2? Like just really shit villains. Like
Hammer.
Yeah, well, not
Whip
just
was supposed to be Whiplash.
Yeah, Whiplash, quote unquote. That was just a really poor performance too. But,
Yeah, I guess he was kind of like a mix-up of the Crimson Dynamo and Black Lash. So
yes.
It was just, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of when they kind of make up new villains like that. I like it better when they reinvent an otherwise goofy villain. And I guess they tried to do that, but with two villains at the same time, it ended up just not working.
If you rewatch Iron Man 2 and when Mickey Rourke's father, I forgot the name of Mickey Rourke's character, but when his father dies and he does that scream, just watch it. It's one of the funniest things ever. Like, yeah. It's really bad. Dark days of Marvel Studios for sure.
It's crazy how far they've come, really.
It's like Hasbro, dude.
Now we're kind of expecting like a pretty decent movie.
Oh yeah. It's it's very much so parallel to what Hasbro. It's like Hasbro in the beginning was giving us really shitty like subpar Marvel Legends, and now they're like giving us the tits every time.
Well, you know what happened? It's Disney happened.
Yeah.
That's really what changed everything.
Pretty much. The mouse has a lot of strings.
I mean, you could call them an evil corporation, but they're not exactly ruining things,
Oh no, I'm not. Well, let's see how Rogue One does. I mean, they gave us Episode 7 that was obviously better than the prequels, but at the same time, it was more so a love letter to A New Hope.
Well, that's a good next topic. We can talk about Force Friday too when we get a chance.
Oh,
that's what I was.
I'm glad I avoided that shit.
What did you get anything for Force Friday, Todd?
Yeah, I previously had pre-ordered Jen from Amazon, and then Thursday night when K2SO went up on Amazon, I ordered 2 of those, and then on Friday, just on a just to satisfy my curiosity, I stopped at Target on my way home because I don't get off until 5:30 at night, and they had everybody except for the Death Troopers. So I picked up 2 K2SOs up there, just in case the ones I get from Amazon are messed up or something. And then the ones from Amazon actually showed up yesterday, so I got them almost a day later. And that was it. That's all I wanted. Gen still hasn't shipped from Amazon, which is kind of weird. And so I was thinking about just going to Target see if they have any left, and then that way I can look at the paint apps before and then I can if they look good, I'll just pick her up there, price match with Target or to Amazon, and then cancel my Amazon order. The all of them looked pretty decent except for that Cassian guy. I can't remember his name. The guy in the big winter jacket. Captain Cassian, I think is his name. His paint apps were terrible. Like he was missing a bunch of paint on his neck, and then the goggles that were on his hat were like really sloppy, and he just kind of had a derpy face, and it was just like, oh man, this not a good sign.
That is Force
They're
Friday for you.
releasing that in a 3-pack, aren't they?
I don't know.
I don't think that.
It's a
not
different
that version.
costume.
Yeah, it's a different version, different costume.
Yeah.
Okay, but the Jyn Erso looks like the one from San Diego Comic-Con.
Correct.
Yep.
Oh, there you go, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hasbro's milking that figure. That she's going to be in 3. That same figure is going to be, the San Diego Comic Con, the single carded, and then the 3-pack.
Wow.
They're a funny corporation.
The Kmart one is a different costume, but yeah.
I didn't go out and get anything. My only friend that likes Star Wars didn't have money to buy anything, and I didn't really care to buy anything. I haven't bought anything Star Wars in years. So I did see some of the leftover stuff. They look decent. I think I wouldn't say they're getting better or anything. They're pretty much on par with what we've seen in the last few waves of Black Series. It's just funny to me that since the Black Series started, we've gotten probably mostly new movie stuff. At this point, we probably had more figures from the new movies like Episode 7 and Rogue One than we do the original trilogy, and definitely more than the prequel trilogy.
Well, of course. They have to put that merchandise out in order to market the film, so it's like it only makes sense.
Yeah, but I wish. I don't wish, but it's just funny that they don't include more classic characters or kind of do not split waves, or maybe even do just multiple waves or more waves.
I'm thinking that what Black Series is going to end up doing is that they're going to expand the roster, essentially, of like how many they're going to release in a wave. So instead of it being like 4 figures or 5 figures, they might expand to 8 eventually. But for the time being, I understand why they do everything the way in which they're doing it, and it makes sense.
You think they could do some kind of Build-A-Figure with Star Wars?
Oh my God! Honestly, please don't. Hasbro, don't do that. Don't. Please don't. I don't want to have to build an AT-AT and buy like 50 fucking figures in order to just get that tiny little piece of plastic. Like, please don't. Just.
But what if they expanded the amount in the wave to like 8 or 10, and then you could build your AT-AT? They come with like reasonable sized pieces.
And it's not. You know damn well that they aren't going to be reasonably sized. Like the packaging alone for a Black Series is very small. It's like they're barely able to fit in just like the shitty farm boy Luke. Like.
Yeah, and then they don't hardly come with any accessories as it is, so they'll probably jack the price to $25.
Exactly.
But if they did do what they should do is follow the Marvel Legends case assortment concept, where they have like 8 figures in the wave, and then 4 of them are movie, and 4 of them are comic figures. But in this case, it would be 4 movie figures and then 4 original trilogy figures.
That would help them for sure.
Yeah, because I'm not a big fan of I wasn't a big fan of the Force Awakens, but I am a huge fan of the original trilogy. So, I just want to complete my bounty hunters.
Oh yeah,
that's my biggest priority.
Man, I keep feeling like I want to sell the little bit of Black Series shit I have left, even though I want to complete the bounty hunters too. I have the 3 that they put out so far, but it's taken them so long to complete shit from the original trilogy. Like it's a pain in the ass, and it's like they're not getting any better. They're not really like listening to the fans. They don't want to add the double jointed elbows. They don't want to put in more accessories. They're not improving how Legends has improved over the years, and it's like you would think, we've said this many, many times. You would think it's the same company that they would, have some of the same ideals and really try to please the fans. Having 6-inch Star Wars figures is something that people wanted for the longest, and they really just shitting on the fans though. They just kind of like milking you along with like really shitty figures. The fucking Star Wars Black Series figures are shit to me. Like I don't really like them. You know what I'm saying?
I have like that Kanan Jarrus figure, like because basically I'm just right now what I'm collecting with Black Series is anything from the new trilogy, the sequel trilogy stuff. So episode 7, 8, and 9, I'm gonna get.
You can't have a sword wielding or a gun.
Exactly. Like the Kanan Jarrus, no double. Exactly.
The stupidest shit ever. It doesn't make any sense. You can't get them into any good poses if they don't have double jointed elbows. Like, what the fuck is wrong with these guys? So,
I give
I don't know.
props.
Shit makes no sense.
Anyone props that is able to make the Kanan Jarrus figure look good in the photo because it's so stiff.
I actually went nuts on Figure Arts pre-orders this past week, and
I don't blame them.
they've got a bunch of really cool stuff from Rogue One that they're putting out, and I just like the designs of a lot of the stuff from Rogue One. But again, here's a totally another movie, and we still not even like where we need to be with the original trilogy. Even though they did put up Han Solo as one of the pre-orders, he's not dropping until February of 2017. But the Death Trooper from Figure Arts, the Tank Trooper, they re-released the Stormtrooper. I'm not sure if the Stormtrooper is actually a little different. I think we were debating that in the last episode, if this one that they're putting out through Figure Arts is any different than the last one that they put out.
Someone said that it's different.
I guess we need Emiya to come and settle this shit. But I ordered.
We landed on that.
And Death Trooper. There's one other trooper. I can't remember the name of it. Here, let me try
the Scarif Sand Trooper.
Let me try to post some pictures.
Yeah, I think Robo from the Foosh mentioned that the new Stormtrooper, they tweaked it a little bit. Like the helmet isn't quite as big. I think. I can't remember what else he said, but I'm pretty sure they did some minor changes to it.
Well, they make all the difference. I promise you that.
Here we go. My screen working?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, this is the Figure Arts Stormtrooper.
Looks good. Looks crisp.
It looks crisp, and that's one thing that Figure Arts has done very well. Is all of the troopers. I've said this. I praise the hell out of the First Order Stormtrooper that they did. That shit is very clean. So I expect this one to be just as clean. Here's a picture of the other stuff from Figure Arts that's coming out. I'll get into the single looks at those as well.
Yeah, I really wanted to.
It's got the same body cone.
I really wanted the Han Solo from Figure Arts, but just the lack of an alternate head and the fact that the scale, I'm not going to really be able to use it with my Black Series because it's going to be smaller. I couldn't justify the expense.
The Black Series. The Black Series hand is still not going to be anywhere near as good as this one that's coming out. The thing that I'm worried about for Figure Arts is Chewie, because he's looking a little short.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I'm worried about. This is another trooper here. I don't know what they call on this trooper, but
Scarif Sand Trooper.
Yeah, you just said that. All right, I'm sorry. Is this this is an enemy soldier, right?
Yeah, those are the ones on the beach.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They would never put the resistance in something that hard.
Yeah,
dude, that looks awesome.
It does look pretty fucking nice. But all of the troopers, I ordered 3 of every fucking trooper. So.
Oh Christ.
And the Death Troopers look freaking amazing, man. Oh, here's another one too.
The Black Series Death Troopers look a little skinny.
They look real skinny, right?
Yeah.
It looks nuts. It's like 100 pounds dressed up.
That's the hover tank pilot you're showing there.
This trooper's a sandwich or something.
This guy from Black Series doesn't look too bad.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not like you're about to get a fucking 6-inch tank through Figure Arts, so you can forget about that.
Yeah, that's something. I mean, they could put out. I mean, if they can put out a goddamn TIE fighter, they could at least do a little land vehicle of some kind.
You know what's funny though is that if Black Series put out more 6-inch shit, it would work perfectly for the Figure Arts figures because you know they're
Yep.
just a tad bit smaller. The scale will look perfect in my
Yeah.
opinion. You know what I'm saying? So
I just think that it's funny that all of these new films are releasing like 20 different new style troopers that we've never even seen in the original trilogy and stuff, and it's like it's quite literally just to sell shit.
yeah, no question.
They sell literally only because they look cool.
Yeah.
That's concern number one when they're in the round table thinking like, all right, we need 3 different kinds of troopers. They need to be this, this, and that. Design them.
Yeah, here's
They
this.
gotta look bitchin'.
Here's the K2SO, which I think will probably end up being one of the stars of this fucking movie.
Voiced by Alan Tudyk, which is great.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So obviously, you know, Figure Arts is going to give you that added articulation that you would have wanted for Black Series. Although I do feel like the Black Series version of this figure looks pretty decent, though.
I think the Black Series passes.
I was talking to Punker Mike last night on the podcast. He picked them up as well, and we both commented that the orange that goes around his legs and his shoulders is real sloppy on the Black Series. It's like just, you know, they just kind of just did a very rough dry brush on there with it. It's pretty sloppy. Other than that,
the Figure Arts Han Solo right here, which I think looks pretty fucking nice.
He's gonna come out all blonde, guaranteed.
Well, yeah, you know that hair is gonna be ridiculous. Of course, they don't. I don't know what's going on over there with Japan with them and making American characters. Every fucking character's got to have blonde highlights in his fucking hair.
Yep.
If we get an unmasked fucking Black Panther, he'll have blonde hair. What's going on with these guys?
Oh my god.
Got a little bit of taco meat right there. That was a nice little added touch there.
Oh.
I'm not sure if
taco
ever,
meat? What are you talking about?
they called that.
He's talking about the chest hair.
Just here, baby.
That was the first for me too. That was great though. Good stuff.
And here's the Death Trooper, which I had to get 3 of those. I'm not sure if the limit was 3 or 5, honestly, but
3.
It was 3?
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, I had to get this shit. This shit looks so fucking nice, man.
Hey,
It's
man, you ain't
Vader in
learn,
troop form.
you ain't learn from Phasma that you shouldn't be jumping the gun on that type of shit?
Yeah, you know what? I was talking about that, too. That's funny that you say that. But, yeah, man, we'll fuck around. Death Troopers will all be shitty shots and killed in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Death troopers ain't gonna do shit. That's why they call them death troopers. They're gonna die.
But, yeah, that's Pharaoh joining us here, man. Let us know what you got in the past 3 weeks. It's been 3 weeks, man.
I got that Spider-Man shit. I got an Amiami order coming in. I don't even remember what's Django Fett, Mayfix Armored Batman, and it's a bunch of other shit I got coming in that order.
Oh, yeah, I got Django Fett coming, too. I'm excited for that.
I got Black Widow, the figure arts. What else? Jigen from Lupin the Third, figure arts. I got about 4 Gundam kits. What else did I get? I don't know. I got some other shit too, man. I can't remember. Oh, I got that NECA, that Freddy from what's the Wes Craven's New Nightmare?
Nice. Are your eyes fucked up too?
All the eyes are fucked up. It was fucked
Every
up in the
single
movie.
one of them.
That's how it was in the movie. He was cockeyed on the left.
Next level screen accuracy from NECA. There you go. That's some high praise from you, Pharaoh. My God.
Oh my god.
So it they could have did it a lot better, but I mean, it was accurate at least.
Yeah, he could have been a little more cockeyed, you know.
All right, but that's pretty much it. If you hear me outside and shit, it's because I'm getting my fucking brakes and shit. But
That's part of the haul video.
yeah, hey, most definitely, man. I had a blowout, man. I had to buy a tire. Then these brakes, I need a caliper, rotors. I need the whole shebang for the front of this damn car.
It's like, so what did you get this week? You know, I got my air conditioning fixed. You know, I copped at least 2 of those Army building air conditioning units.
Hell yeah.
That's how we
You know,
do
it's cool in the fucking summer.
it.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much about it or whatever. I got a dial being made too.
Who's doing it?
I'm gonna keep that a secret.
Oh, okay. Is it Flash or is it Al?
Neither.
Oh, okay, for sure.
Oh, I'm glad you said Flash. 'Cause he's about to start working on one for me. He hasn't
Nice.
started yet, but I got Flash about to start working on some shit for me, whatever.
Very nice.
I really like Flash's work, man. It's very good, man.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, his brickwork is good. I like the space that he puts between the bricks. I think you have a couple pieces from him, right?
Brickwork is pretty fucking meticulous, man. No question about it. But we looking at this Link figure too that's coming
Oh,
out.
I ordered that and Zelda.
I didn't order this one yet, but I got to, man. This is nice, man. This is very nice.
Yeah, I definitely want that Link. Even though I have the Skyward Sword one, this is like a more definitive Link for me.
This is the more, yeah, no question about it. Figma makes some fucking nice Link figures, man.
Hey, if you got the older Link, man, pawn that shit off on somebody, man. Don't keep that shit.
Why
For real.
you
Because
think
you don't need it.
Wow.
Like,
No, I will.
This Link is pretty much the same character, but on an upgrade.
Mm,
Yeah, I mean the art style's a little bit different is the big difference.
yeah, no question. The original Link is nice as fuck though.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
One of my favorite Figma figures.
I mean, but you look at the chain mail. The chain mail on that figure is not chain mail at all. It's just like a silver piece
Yeah.
under the loincloth or the skirt or whatever you want to call it, tunic. I mean, this figure here, I'm telling you, man, you really do not need that other Link. I mean, even the sword and shield is exactly the same and everything.
It is. I could
This
tell.
one it looks like it's more of like a metallic silver on here. It's not as matted as the current one.
Yeah, I love that it comes with the bow and arrow too, man.
Yeah.
And that mask.
I mean, honestly, we should just wait until they make the Ocarina of Time Link. That's the more realistic looking one.
That's the only one I'm waiting for, honestly.
You know what?
Right?
I'm still on the fence with this fucking Joker, even though I ordered Harley and shit. I don't know.
Don't buy it. Just don't buy it.
No,
Please don't.
buy that Joker, man.
No, you got to make
No.
Jared Leto happy.
Hell no.
Hey,
Hell to the fucking no.
you got a Ben Affleck Batman. Jared Leto's Joker, I don't really think it's going to change in the next 3 years. He's going to be a Joker. So, I mean, I don't know what Joker you really going to have facing off against your Batman.
Mm.
It's easy. You don't have any of it. You just don't do it. Honestly, just get a bunch of goons and have Batman fight against goons. I would rather see that than ever see Joker, the Jared Leto Joker in anything.
I ordered every version of that Joker that they've produced.
I hate you because you encourage them to keep that
I
stupid.
just like Batman. I can like. I mean, they're just different. In my opinion, they're just different versions of the character, different little story arcs. I mean,
I'm all about.
I'm not feeling this Harley. I don't know what they're doing with the tits on this thing.
Yeah, I was curious how that articulation is going to work. Is that dress going to be a soft rubber piece on top of there? Because how are you going to do that diaphragm underneath it? There's no break.
I think right here the face looks pretty nice, but I'm not really feeling the body. She looks a little husky. I don't know, man.
she really doesn't. You really don't have to need her or anything because she didn't really do anything in the dress. She was in it for all of 5 minutes.
If that.
Right. I mean, it's not really one of those things where you
That's called the easy pass. Just pass on it entirely.
Face looks.
Is that SHF?
No, don't pass on it because it comes with accessories you're going to need for your other one.
Are you sure that you're going to need them? Is it truly detrimental?
Like, I mean, I need a broken helmet, armored Batman sculpt. I need the spear as well.
I don't know. I just really detest the DCEU, so I know I'm coming from a place of bias, but I would much rather see that shit fail and then have them reboot it the proper way, because what I am seeing from that studio is not good.
Oh, also, while I was saying this, I don't know if you guys heard me, but with that link, you got to make sure you order the DX version if you want that. If you want the bow and arrow, the mace, and I think some other crap comes with it.
When's that due to drop?
That's I don't know, January, if I'm not mistaken, January or maybe February.
We've
They
talked
haven't
about
released
these figures quite a few times too. The Acid Rain figures, these are probably the best 3/4 inch figures that's out right now that nobody has out except
But they're too damn expensive, man. They want $20 a pop for those damn figures.
well, more than that. They like $34 or some shit.
Okay,
Oh my
$34 for
God.
3 3/4 inches of what?
But
I mean, I just reviewed the 3 3/4 inch aliens figures. Those are $25, and even that's a little steep for those.
yeah,
that higher toys bullshit.
Yeah, and these are obviously higher end, but still, that's a lot.
yeah. But look at this, man. Look at the posability. Look at the accessories and shit.
Take notes, Marvel Universe.
You get
What
it.
Marvel Universe? It doesn't exist anymore. Might as well.
Oh, of course.
Honestly,
but
they should
has,
just do away with it at this point.
They really shouldn't just
Add
give
that
all their
budget
money
to the regular Legends line, or make them even make more dumb cosplay stuff. Well, it's not dumb, but it's expensive. It's
No,
extraneous.
it's dumb. It's okay to
It's
say
weird
it's
that it's
dumb.
under the Legends banner. Honestly,
It's absolutely okay to say it's dumb.
Have you guys talked about Luke Cage?
a little bit. You got any quick thoughts? No spoilers.
Man, that shit was dope, man. That shit was, I've never been to New York, and that shit was New York as a bitch. Like it reminded me like New York Undercover with a superhero type shit.
You finish it?
Yeah,
Nice. Boog hasn't finished it yet.
It was a priority.
There were certain parts that I kind of was raised a brow at, but I mean for the most part, man, that shit was pretty nice, man.
Todd, did you finish it? No, he doesn't.
haven't.
Get started it. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Todd turned it off the first time he heard one of them say nigga.
By the way, has Figma made a Ganondorf?
I don't think so.
That's the thing that they need to get up on.
I would have hated to miss out on that figure.
Yeah. What did they give us?
That's like-
Ganon first. Ooh.
Well, let's hope not. Let's get that Ganondorf out. That way we can appease like the people that are collecting Legend of Zelda stuff and the people that are collecting like Smash Bros.
Well, that'd be some bullshit too, because we've been getting like Twilight Princess Link and Skyward Sword Link, and now that other Toon Link, and then we're suddenly getting Ocarina of Time Ganon.
That would be very weird.
That would be fucking weird.
Maybe they can give us a 2-pack. I'm just waiting for them to step up. That would be really cool. Get like a 3-pack. Get like Ocarina of Time versions of Zelda, Link, and Ganon. That would be amazing.
Well, speaking of if people missed out on things, NECA's re-releasing the first 2 Marines they put out in a 2-pack. It comes with all the accessories
question.
and both head
I have a
sculpts.
question. I have a question. How much money do you get paid by NECA to name drop them every 5 minutes? I'm legitimately interested in this business endeavor.
Oh yeah? Talk to me in a PM.
Okay, for sure. Thank you.
But yeah, you get all this, which is cool. I think the only difference that they're thinking of doing is they might actually do them in like a skin tone plastic instead of painting it like they did originally. That alone would be worth it for me to get them again. If they don't do that, then I probably won't get them again.
Looks pretty good.
So we was when we were talking about dioramas, BD had mentioned John's dio that he got from Augie's dioramas, that vault. Show some pictures of that.
Oh, I just started following him on Instagram. He's got good stuff.
Yeah, he doesn't really got a lot of people following him on Instagram, but yeah, this is
He must not be part of that whole hashtags racket they've got going on over there.
basically. But yeah, share some pictures of this shit though. What's his
I think it's just Augie's dioramas. OGGYS dioramas.
So yeah, here's John using one of the cutouts from the X-Men pack for the Luke effect.
Augie made him this vault. That's right.
Yeah, so he made this vault. This is the outside. And am I sharing that properly? You guys seeing that over there?
Yeah, I hit him up early in the week, asked him if he wanted to come on the Triple C podcast, and he said he was down. He just has to find time because he's pretty busy. So
here's the outside.
An insane piece.
That is really gorgeous.
Got the security camera up here at the
Oh,
top.
it even has a Hydra logo sculpted on the outside. That's crazy.
You stupid. I think
Yeah,
it's
that vault door, the sanding that had to have gone into getting that curve just right, it had to have been a bitch.
Mm.
and even the inside, all the details with the security deposit boxes.
Jesus.
It's pretty crazy.
That's amazing, actually. Holy shit.
That's a level of patience that I don't fucking have for making a diamond.
That it's like if you were to post that anywhere else, people would think that that was actually like 1-to-1 scale. Like that was
Yeah.
real. That's
Yep.
crazy, man.
There's a guy that I just started following on Instagram. He's not specifically a toy or diorama guy, but he does miniatures that are just crazy photorealistic. I'm gonna look him up and screen share him right now. I mean, you can just draw a lot of inspiration from the way he puts detail and stuff.
So what else happened in the past 2 weeks? So we talked about Luke Cage.
Well, unlike Fabio,
Okay.
unlike Fabio, Hasbro doesn't pay me to leak information, but I confirmed what Boog thought all along, that we're getting a Sandman Build-A-Figure in the next Spider-Man wave.
You still monetize your videos, don't you?
Yeah, much to Hasbro's chagrin.
They hate you for that.
So it's definitely confirmed that we getting the Sandman in the classic colors.
We don't know what the but they in the description of each character they talk about the Sandman Build-A-Figure. So
It has to be, dude. I mean, the fact that we saw the all sand form version in the RAF set was like 100% confirmation at that point.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, well, we haven't announced it yet, but like we know that you guys repaint and reuse as much as you can. It's like, don't. It's okay.
It
Just
only
don't be
makes
coy.
sense. You know, it only makes sense, and I think that I think that once that version comes out, it's gonna look fucking fire. I think they're gonna do a good job bringing
I'm
it.
just a little like interested if they're gonna give us like a screaming head or if it's just gonna be regular flesh tone version of the same head that we got in the RAF set.
You know what? That would be a nice touch if they actually just changed up the head sculpt in some way. That would be a nice touch.
Yeah.
Some
And give
extra
us-
transformed sand limbs would be good too, but
Yes,
that's
exactly.
wishful thinking.
yeah, give us some alternate limbs with the sand parts.
You know, like if Absorbing Man had his alternate arms, I think he has two separate arms aside from the regular flesh tone ones. We
Yep.
can get something like
Yeah.
that. That'd be great.
Yeah. I don't see why they would. I don't see why they wouldn't do that, being that it's the same base anyway. So it makes perfect sense.
That would be
You guys are
cool.
looking at my screen right now, but this guy that does these. I guess they're dioramas in a way.
Oh yeah. This I follow him.
Yeah.
yeah,
Not really, he's got a big following. He's not really in the like displaying community though. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like if somebody from the displaying community got one of his pieces and then started like really fucking with it with some figures and shit, it would like even blow him up even more. But he's got a huge following on his own right now. So
He's got about 20K followers.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Looks good.
That's really freaking good brickwork too. I mean, it looks like it's rotting. Like that's great. Damn, that's a really good payphone. Damn. Okay.
I mean, everything from like, if I go back to maybe this image here, you can see the graffiti like even on the sign right here.
yeah,
That shit is so clean.
Right here. And all
Eddie
this.
Treach is like a solid 500 up front.
Well, he frames them. He does them like this. Let me see. Like he builds it into a frame,
Dude.
and then this would hang on the wall.
We got to change that, sweetie.
Hey Fabio,
Yo.
there's a dude in LA. His name's Randy Haig.
Randy.
He does very similar stuff to this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should try to interview him.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh,
What's his name?
Where exactly? It's his last name is Hage, and it's first name Randy.
Okay.
He's on Facebook. Yeah, and he doesn't screw around with figures, but he does amazing dioramas. If you've Wolfson, he's another older gentleman that has made amazing dioramas of actual like photo. Well, Randy does the same thing. He'll take a photograph. He'll go to like old neighborhoods in New York and take a picture of a storefront, and then he reproduces it, and it's like almost identical to what it looks
Well,
like
you
in
better
real
be
life.
making money doing it because this seems to be a high-priced thing.
Yeah, it's like they sell their stuff in like galleries and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this thing that I'm looking at right here, $1,000.
Shit.
Al, Henry, you guys are underpricing your shit.
Now that that's out in the idea sphere, you just fucked up everyone's life.
I guess I did.
It's all good though.
And we know some of our biggest haters are actually subscribers to this channel, so there you go.
Oh yeah.
This is just nuts. I mean, I like that he puts the quarters and everything there. But still, we have a lot of guys within the community who do stuff, you know, basically at this level, but in a more workable space. I mean, this is right, you know, photorealistic right here as it stands.
If only it wasn't in a frame.
Yesterday would have been Ogun's 34th birthday.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to the god.
Rip in peace.
Yeah.
I hate seeing that R.I.P. in peace. God damn it.
I'm just being facetious.
There are so many people that do that though.
I work for a car dealership, and I hear the service people say VIN number, and that drives me nuts.
Hey, can we talk about that troll we had in the group earlier today?
Today?
What troll?
The one that was commenting on Pharaoh's photo. His Lupin the Third photo. Boog, you know what I'm talking about? Well, I guess he stepped away. Otherwise, he would know what I'm talking about. But I promise you guys. Yeah, there was just this guy. I was looking through his post history. Obviously, he hasn't posted much. I think he was just allowed in pretty recently. But I was looking, you know, you search somebody's name and you can see every thread that they've commented on. And all of his comments are just like, he's that stereotypical asshole that people leave the group over and are like, yeah, everybody in that group is a bunch of assholes. And I'm glad that it got dealt with and it ended up with him, you know, getting booted from the group because he was just out of control. Let me stop screen sharing and try to find this stuff. I don't think we even made a post about it, but yeah, he was a menace for sure. And it wasn't even like a language barrier thing. Like, you know, like that's kind of happened in the past before. This is just a perfectly, well, I wouldn't say he's a normal English-speaking guy because his grammar and all these comments was atrocious, but, you know, he's definitely speaking English.
Fabio, did you pick up any of the Doctor Strange wave?
Yeah, I picked up everything except Iron Fist and Nico because they didn't have them.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what do you think so far?
I like them. Let's see, what did I mean, Enchantress is obviously better than the SDCC one. Doesn't have those ugly exposed shoulders. Yeah, it's like tooled better and everything.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
Way better.
I can't wait.
I mean, the plastic isn't as gummy, and if you look on the outside of the SDCC one, the disc for the shoulder, it's like it goes around the entire shoulder. It's exposed on the outside. This one is just, you know, half the size. I don't know how that slipped through. What the reason for that was on the original site, maybe because they kind of rushed it out.
Rushed it.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same reason we didn't get swappable hands with Spider-Man and why you couldn't swap it with any other version. So it's a better version. I mean, it's the same, but if that tooling at all bothers you, then there you go. Brother Voodoo's good, mostly because, you know, he's just a new character to add to the roster, and he doesn't...
That's like my second favorite out of the wave, like in terms of just, like, I haven't had the chance to actually put anything in hand, but just off of, like, sheer excitement, like, that's the second most exciting figure in that wave for me.
And the quote-unquote classic Doctor Strange isn't too bad either. I mean, it's a slightly brighter red used on there than the previous version on the Hulkbuster wave, and the cape on it is removable, which is great because I threw that figure straight in the bin and put his cape on the classic Strange from Toy Biz.
Yep, that's exactly what I plan to do too.
Perfect. It fits absolutely perfect. It even looks better than on the regular Strange. And then I went and
That,
put that big, ugly Toy Biz cape on the other one, and I'm going to use that for the theater display. And then the other 3 movie figures, they're good.
that new classic Doctor Strange is just lazy. They didn't even, why not just paint the shirt blue? I mean, come on.
Yeah, something. I mean, he's
Don't
got straight black
give them that
legs.
idea, though.
They
Please
would have
don't
had
give
to do
them
some
that
kind of
idea.
tunic piece is all.
Just don't give them that idea that they don't need to have like frills going throughout his entire body. Like, please don't. Please.
Yeah, you still want another buff Doctor Strange?
I just want them to give us the right version of the character. If they just do it with paint, it's not going to look good.
Yeah, but the days of sculpted detail died with Toy Biz. We're not going to get that shit anymore.
They can find a way.
Only if it's like a rubber overlay they can use over existing tooling.
I'm thinking that they can probably do something around like the wrist area. So like when you plug in his hands or whatever, because I'm assuming that he would come with like, more hands. But they could basically give us new arms essentially, and it might be okay. But I want to see ripples going throughout the shirt. I know that they've done that on a few figures, so they might be able to reuse some stuff. But please, there needs to be a frill opening around the wrist.
He needs a sleeve of wizards.
Yes, exactly.
They only give us sculpted detail on movie figures.
Well,
I mean, that's where the budget all goes, honestly.
Yeah. You're getting your Cumberbatch.
It's a good likeness, though, and I like that they use skin tone plastic.
I only picked up the Cumberbatch to get it to steal his hands.
What's his name? Benadryl Cough Drop?
This is the only time my girlfriend's been excited to go see a Marvel film.
Out of all of the films, this one?
Because of Cumberbatch.
Oh, because she's like a Doctor Who fan, or
cucumber brambleberry patch.
Yeah, not Doctor Who, but Sherlock.
She likes Sherlock, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, those Whovians and Sherlockians, they are a terrifying bunch. They are very terrifying.
Hey, Sherlock's a good show.
I enjoy it, but I don't want to like fuck the alien man, like.
No, the whole thing is that you want the co-stars to fuck each other.
It's no, no, just
that's
no.
what the whole fandom thing. I mean,
I know.
I was under the impression you were a girl on Tumblr. I'm sorry if that was wrong.
No, I don't drink the pumpkin spice latte.
Oh man.
Yeah, that stuff. I mean, like, I'm not knocking dude for looking different, because looking different is attractive in its own way, but I don't get it. I don't get the fever pitch high that everyone is like on in terms of, Benedict.
I'm just glad I don't have to drag my girl to go this time. She wants to go.
It is cool, but I don't know. I just don't like it. It's weird.
I don't
You're
really.
still gonna see the movie, right?
I don't really care about Doctor Strange.
I love the character. I'm hoping that it's more Steve Ditko than it is Inception. Like, I want my Steve Ditko Doctor Strange stuff that's really wacky and really, really trippy. Like, I own the first appearance of Doctor Strange, and I own the first appearance, and then I own what are
you doing right now? What about?
Oh,
we also got the news today that Walgreens is doing an exclusive original trilogy C-3PO.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow!
Okay. Yeah, Walgreens exclusive, not Walmart.
Yeah, Walgreens.
That's cool.
I mean, we knew they were going to do it. It's just, I'm glad they're, I guess, not taking a regular slot in a wave. Not personally glad. I'm glad for other people,
You want to know what they could have done, though, that would have made everyone happy? Just pack in the regular gold arm with the Force Awakens version. That would have made everyone happy.
Oh, that wouldn't, because you also need the silver leg.
You know what? Get some paint and do it yourself. Hashtag Hasbro logic. But, like, the Force Awakens version, there's really, like, barely any need to even get that version, because at the end of Episode 7, he ends up having a gold arm again anyway. So, I don't get it. So, don't understand.
It's all about that silver leg, bruh.
That silver leg is one thing. I mean, didn't they have, like, the model kit 2-pack with, like, R2 that has the silver leg? I forgot who, or not model kit, but it was like a Mafex, was it? Mafex, or I know it wasn't Figure Arts, but Mafex, I think, might have done it.
Dave Bronx, that's the brighter gold, too.
Oh. Well, whatever. Fuck
Semantics.
C-3PO.
It's all about those specific appearances. It's like there's a difference between the Return of the Jedi Boba Fett and the Empire Boba Fett. You know.
Yeah, minor differences between
Exactly.
the color scheme.
If Walgreens doesn't make them like 8 per case, then there's going to be a lot of people punching
Missing
each
out
other in
for
the
sure.
aisles trying to get them. Yeah.
Yeah. I still haven't seen like Punisher, for instance, just to go off of like former Walgreens exclusives. Like Punisher isn't even in abundance where I'm at, so it's definitely an indication of shitty distribution. If they don't pack it for 8, it's going to be very difficult to find.
Wyatt Morton is confirming that Mayfex had a 2-pack of C-3PO and R2-D2.
Thank you very much, Wyatt.
I don't know if it's out yet.
It's one of those things, man. Like everyone wants that specific appearance from each movie. That's why I have like 8 different Arnolds from Terminator. You know.
And you're contractually obligated to purchase name drop NECA stuff at all times.
You're right. I forgot the name drop. That's NECA Terminators. I have 8 NECA Terminators. Thank you.
Now you'll get your money.
Residuals. Anyway, we can probably start taking some questions from the Q&A if anyone has anything they want to talk about. I guess they're talking about a bootleg Crossbones that's floating around on eBay. Anyone heard about that?
Wait, what?
Legend style crossbow?
Yeah.
What?
Look at that. It's Boog leaving me in the dust when I was talking about stuff that happened earlier. And now he's back.
Yo, show me links, guys, because I don't even have a Hasbro Crossbones or anything like that. Show me links.
It's not cheap though. They still want like $50 for it.
Damn.
Cheaper than the Ares one.
There's no link. You can't link stuff in the chat,
Yes.
so just do a quick search in Google.
Hey John, where do you live?
Oh, dun dun dun. Are you like Chris Matthews? Are you about to ask me to take a seat?
Well,
I'm in SoCal.
Are you going to what's been rebranded the Stan Lee's LA Comic Con?
Oh, the Stanley's Kamikaze or whatever.
Yeah.
They renamed it, I guess.
Oh, I don't know. Perhaps let's see. I mean, what time is it? like what time are they doing it? Not like what
It's
time
next
is
week, isn't it? No, 2 weeks.
No. It's the weekend of the 30th.
Oh,
It's the end of the month.
perhaps.
That's the end of the month. All right. Well, me and Fabio and most of the guys from Triple C will be there.
Oh, okay.
The Beltran brothers will be there.
down.
I think Al Chang is going, right?
Yep.
I forgot Al Chang moved to Cali.
Oh yeah, he's
he's out
back, baby. Yeah, we just added him to the Triple C roster now.
Oh, he's in regular rotation?
Yep.
Nice. I wasn't aware. I thought he was just guest starring. I really enjoyed that episode, man. I liked that pillow talk from him. That was real sexy. He had that sexy cadence the entire time. You could have had some Barry White and a candle on in the background. I would have completed the whole
I
thing.
was always whispering because of the babies, right?
Exactly.
That's true, yeah.
Well, at least now they have their own room.
Well, Boog, I was talking about earlier how we had that. Well, I don't know if we want to call him a troll, but he's basically a troll in the Facebook group earlier
Oh,
on Pharaoh's photo. Remember?
what's his name? Storm Hartley?
Yeah, that guy.
You a dickhead, Storm Hartley. We hate you.
But really, yeah. What the hell started? I looked through his posters. He was that guy. Like I was telling these guys, he was literally that guy that people who leave the group in a huff complain about.
Yeah,
He's just
no
being
question
that
about
dick.
No question about it. But he's been on one for a couple of weeks. You know, like I'm on the page constantly, so I know everybody who posts. I automatically know when it's somebody who has never posted or who doesn't post often or whatever. Like, you know, I'm on it. I'm on it 110%. But he's been on one for a couple of weeks now, saying little funny, stupid shit and just like antagonizing people and really just trying to get a rise out of people and shit. I've been watching him for a few weeks already. So, you know, today was enough. He blocked me and reported me to Facebook and shit. And, you know,
Oh my god.
little internet bitch. You know how it is. So it is
Just a reminder that if you have any of the admins blocked on Facebook, you cannot be in the group.
Not at all. You automatically remove. So that's why he was booted. You know what's funny? Because he was saying all types of stupid shit, and for the most part, we pretty fucking laid back as far as what people could say, and we don't just be kicking people out for any little bullshit and shit. It's not like the admins are like your parents. Like, if you curse us out, we're gonna kick you out. Nah, it is what it is. If as long as you don't break any of the actual rules that are posted, we normally don't kick anybody out. But it's like if you are totally going against the grain and just trying to start conflicts out of nothing, it's just when you're in the group and you say shit you guys are childish or you play with toys or some shit, what the fuck are you here for then? What are you talking about right now? It's the dumbest shit ever. So that's the type of shit that he was on. You guys,
I got some of his comments here.
I got a real life, and that type of shit. It's just you think you the only motherfucker in a group with a real life or that has kids or responsibilities or shit to do aside from this pastime? You're not better than anybody else, asshole. What are you talking about?
Well, let me just read some of his very choice critiques, and I'm going to read them verbatim so you get an understanding of where this guy's head is at. He's going at with Sal Maya Jr. I think his name is Omega Red, and it's that Wolverine photo that he put. It's got a couple goons surrounding Wolverine. I guess I'll just screen share right now. That's probably easiest.
Yeah, please do.
Fabio, how can you be fluent in Spanish and you don't know how to pronounce Mejia?
Damn.
Because I'm speaking in English. Yeah,
Jesus.
He's coming at you.
Let's see.
He's questioning your authenticity.
And I'm questioning how you say that word right there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is the photo right here. It's pretty solid. He's in 2-panel shot. And this guy comes at him like Starlord in a suit, hates mutants, LOL, and should have been 3 shots, at least one fight one. And Sal, he's trying to come at him pretty easy. So I take it you don't like my work.
Never ever posted a picture. He told him it should have been 3 shots in his panel. What are you talking about?
Let's see.
If anything, he could have just been like Scourge in 2 places at one time. And that's some petty ass behavior.
That's a head swap like that. That's an understandable thing. That's not something that you critique on, really. And the way you come at the person isn't like that either. Not to mention that he goes on to say he goes on to call his own comment creative criticism and wants to be snide about it. It's like, come on, man.
Goddamn well.
I saw another one earlier. Oh, I like this one right here. This is the photo right here. It's just Forge and Wolverine. It's not a stellar photo or whatever, but the critique this guy wants to offer is something like, you need to use way less hot glue to hold fence together.
Oh my god.
Great. That's exactly how I feel about that comment right there. Forge is doing it perfectly.
That's funny as hell, though.
There's some other choice ones, and I like reading them verbatim because, speaks for itself.
That last comment was fire.
All sausage party.
This is who we're talking about here. This is the guy who blocks me and reports me to Facebook.
He had another really good one here.
Needs to use less hot glue. That shit was fire.
Here's a decent, whatever outdoor photo. Didn't get a lot of love, but he wanted to comment on it.
I was just saying this on the last episode of the podcast, is that these are the same motherfuckers that leave troll comments on YouTube who have 0 subscribers and have uploaded 0 of their own fucking videos. It's like,
exactly.
Don't talk shit unless you can do the work yourself.
It's easy to comment. It's difficult to create.
Exactly.
Here's the stellar critique this guy's got now. Need brighter animal or less light because Barley see the dinosaur.
Barley, dude.
Dude, I can barley see that.
I can barely see it.
I thought he was going to comment about the peg in the back of the Hulk.
Needs to find
what do you think you're
Hulk
talking
action
about?
figure.
You got to give him some credit.
Oh, did he talk about the pose on the left leg of Daredevil or something?
Of this Daredevil by my namesake Fabio Enrique Giusti. And let's see what he said. He could have straightened his leg to hide it, and then Adam Smith went and defended his pose, Storm Hartley comes in and says, no, straightening it would actually make it look natural and realistic, unlike how it is. No follow-up. Just like, I don't think it looks good. And then leaves the room.
Well, it's obvious that this is what he does. He's fucking trolling. There's no question about it. This is what I said to him on a post from today. I said, you know what? I've been watching you over the past couple of weeks, so I think you're just trolling. So I'm not even like trying to deal with you. I started to ignore you when you asked me a question directly yesterday because I already know that you are a fucking troll. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I like this one. This is Alexius Lim, who painted his own head sculpt we were talking about earlier in the episode from May Shelf. And what Storm Hartley would have done is I would use a shinier black on top of Haiti.
On Haiti. What is Haiti?
Well, it's actually a African.
Yeah, I believe that's an island in the Caribbean. I don't think that's relevant to this photo at all. But he would use a shinier black on top of it if there was a Haiti.
He's got no pictures on his feed of figures, no customs, no A.C.B.A. whatsoever, no nothing. But he's,
Right. And like I mentioned earlier before you were on, here's one more comment. It's not like there's even a language barrier. This guy is American. He's just wildly ignorant. Weird. Did you get the heads? Marvel, and then the other guy answers Marvel Legends, Spider-Man, Miles, Peter Parker, and Spider-Gwen. And then his reply to that is, didn't it came with Miles' head? My bad, did not open mine yet. Huh? No, I meant I didn't know it came with it. I wanted number 2, no. Weird you get the Miles head.
Weird you.
Weird. Indeed. Very strange. Very weird.
When I see people that type like that, it just makes me believe that
Our education system is failing us miserably.
no question. It's not. You can't call it a language barrier, but almost it is. He's speaking almost another language.
Here's my issue with this guy. This guy is clearly in the mental state where he's still using Internet Explorer on his computer. And I say that as instantly as possible. Internet Explorer, though, underlines everything when it's misspelled. It has built-in spell check. So, yeah, I'll just let that point stand.
You know what? But even spell check can't help grammar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but even the biggest
no
idiot
amount of spell check that can fix that.
Typed isn't a good thing.
Nah, there's no amount of spell check that can fix that. That's just called, well, we tried, and waste of sperm.
You're right. They're mostly grammatical errors, so they'd probably have a green underline. But whatever.
For anybody who's listening to us right now, my personal plea is don't invite people into the group who have no real interest in toy photography, A.C.B.A., what we do. If you want to show off your work and have an album on your personal profile, if you're just trying to add people to the group, who don't really do what we do or have an appreciation for what we do, it just creates people like this that don't really want to be there. They just are bored.
Right. Even when we're adding new members in, we have to kind of look through the profile a little bit, see if they have something at least like comic or pop culture or even figure related on their profile. If it's just like a blank profile, it's sketchy.
How is somebody a member of hundreds and hundreds of groups?
Dude, I've seen that. Yeah.
Right.
I don't understand it. That's for anybody who's trying to join or hasn't joined or on the fence or whatever the case may be. That's usually a red flag for us. If you're a member of 500 groups on Facebook, you're not going to give a fuck about our group. So more than likely, we're just not even going to accept you into the group, period.
Right.
I don't even know how you monitor that. I don't know how you monitor 500 groups. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how you can monitor 500 friends.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
If I look at your profile and I don't see that you have stuff that's comic book related or action figure related, then I'm probably not going to accept you.
You're a member of 500 groups, but you don't have one friend who's in the group? Come on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bye. Bye, Felicia.
That reminds me of in the early days of Facebook where you would just like pages like You
Jesus
remember when it
Christ,
was it would give you a notification where like your friend likes blank page, and it was always stupid pages like called "It's Rough." So when you like it, it's like this person likes it rough. Ha ha! Hilarious. Tons of people clicked on shit like that back in the days of Facebook and remain to this day like they didn't unlike the fan page, and some of them might become group pages. So you just kind of like get stuck with it. I remember I had at one point had to go through my entire pages that I've liked to just remove a bunch of stupid crap.
Oh yeah, 2008 was a very dark year for many people that were still using Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Definitely very dark times.
I remember
So,
when I first joined Facebook, you had to. It was still related to school. You had to like declare, what school you went to, and add, friends that you went to school with. There were no groups or any of that crap yet.
yeah.
I went to the School of Hard Knocks.
Look at everybody had that.
Pharaoh, it's dark.
It's nighttime, man. It's 7:37, and it's October. That's how I be in the Midwest.
You're in a plane, a 737?
See, that's idiot talk.
Well, Pharaoh, get off the phone. You're going to crash that plane.
Yeah, I lived in
Right to your bitch.
Yo, let's take some questions, man. We're getting up on the top of the hour. So.
I got a question. Why is Fabio so gay?
This question again.
Let's not shame him.
Why is Fabio having unprotected sex with Randy?
for the deals, man. For the deals.
I'm not willing to give up my connect like that.
The omission of
Who's monitoring
Wait,
the
what?
chat?
I am. Nobody's answering or asking questions yet. Here we go. Mike Odom. When's the Summer Shots winner going to be announced? Winners.
When are the Summer Shot winners going to
That would be a
be
great
announced?
question. We'll have to ask him again when he gets back. Well, here Sonic Rockman X brought up a fun little thing. A friend of mine had a chance to go to NYCC and is a fan of the late Glenn Webb, but can't due to work. But he was going to wear a hat like Glenn wears in his videos to honor him. So, anyone going to NYCC going to wear an A.C.B.A hat to honor Glenn? I'm not going, so that's a no for me. But Todd, are you going?
No, I can't believe it's next week?
Next week?
It's crazy.
I think pretty much only Boog's going. He says he doesn't have a ticket yet, though, so we'll see how that works out.
You better be getting a press pass.
Is anyone getting the NECA TMNT Classic Shredder? Pre-ordered.
I was about to say, is anyone getting neck?
I haven't pre-ordered it, but I'm definitely getting it.
Yeah, you're going to rely on Boog to get it for you, huh?
I'm going to rely on somebody to get it for me. You should be getting them free for the click the way you be over there getting jumped down by Randy and his people.
Who says I'm not?
You already know. He using you for business meetings and all type of shit. Hey, guys, y'all want to have some fun? Let me call up some fun. Just passing you around.
Well, I do show up to the business meetings. I just have to wait inside of a cake for a couple hours until they're ready for me.
Oh my god. Such visual descriptions. Amazing. I really am surprised that you aren't like getting a shit ton of freebies off of them though, like on some real stuff, because you
They will
really
come.
are.
I promise you.
They ought to, like, you ought to link them to this podcast and just be like, guys, I name drop you every 5 minutes. Where's my money?
Well, I'm in contact with the dudes. That's a very real possibility. I'll have to.
I did appreciate the interview you did with the diorama builder for NECA, because he gave me a tip on some stuff, some materials to use. So
That's always good.
Yeah, Stefan's a fucking blast. I love that guy.
I'm just happy they're releasing this set, man. How long has it been? 12 years or some shit?
8 years, yeah.
8 years? I know it's been a while, man. So I do appreciate him getting it out to us, though.
Yeah, he's been wanting to get it out. So this is like a pet project for him. He says there's even more surprises coming.
As much as he keeps it in, he wants to get it out, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. No, but seriously, hey man, I figured he did, man. It wasn't no sense in him even making the fucking molds and everything if he didn't want to produce it. I really think that he liked that line and he actually, he wanted to do right by it.
Pharaoh, you moving to Texas or what?
Man, I have no idea, man. I don't know. She's really torn about it. I don't want to go to Texas. I want to move anywhere but Texas. I don't want to go to no fucking Texas, man. But it really depends on what's going on with her and the job and everything, man. If they're paying her enough, definitely she's going to end up going. I mean, I don't know what that's going to do with us because unless she's going to take care of me or some shit, why am I moving to Texas? Fuck that. Let's let her go.
Well, you could do the long distance relationship thing. That's always worked out.
Got time for that shit. I'm gonna go.
Come on, you're on Skype all the time already, anyway.
Nah, I'm gonna go I'm gonna buy me another chick and just,
You're gonna buy you another chick, so you bought this first one too, huh?
Yeah. Anytime you put into anybody, that's an investment. You buying some shit.
Purchase, no question about it. That's what it's called.
You don't get nothing back out of a relationship you put your time and effort into. Nothing. So you buy that shit the same way as lessons. You would know that though, man. You a square, man. Quiet.
They bought it the same way as lessons. I love it. I'm learning so much.
Definitely make a purchase when you get into a relationship. That is a lease, motherfucker.
Boog, you got a press pass for NYCC?
Hell no, I ain't got shit. I don't got a pass at all.
Damn.
We don't need no goddamn passes.
No pass. I'm the mayor of New York, motherfucker. Fuck de Blasio.
You talking to the original Cottonmouth? That motherfucker can pronounce his word. Yeah, no spit this fucking.
Hey, Boog, we had a question for you while you went away. When's the Summer Shots winner going to be announced?
Soon. I'm hoping in the next week or so. It took us so fucking long to announce the damn Goku winner and shit. But we trying to plan the world tournament, man. We just so fucking behind. But soon. We didn't forget about it. We actually shout out to
Poncho?
No, these guys over at
Walton.
They're not Dolls podcast. The Fallen Fett and Josh Chaney. My bad. I'm sorry. Shout out to those dudes because they sent us actually a couple of prizes for the Summer Shots contest and shit. We're gonna be giving them nice stuff. But yeah, shout out to those guys.
It's gonna be Funko Pops, isn't it?
Huh?
It's gonna be Funko Pops knowing Ernie.
Nah. That's funny, but nah.
So they're not Dolls podcast.
Yeah, they're not Dolls, right. So yeah, shout out to Ernie and Josh. So yeah, we just accumulating a couple of different things. We got some nice things to give away though for that contest. It was a lot of nice shots actually. So it's difficult to pick a winner, truthfully.
Mike Odom also wanted to know if we're going to Kamikaze. We just talked about that. I guess it's called Stan Lee's LA Comic Con now, and a lot of the people from SoCal and
you know what? I saw article or something on Stan Lee that he's like filming like his next like 4 appearances in the next Marvel.
He's already filmed them.
Yeah, all at once and shit.
Yeah.
You know how it is. They try to trump shit up in the title. I mean, technically it's true, but they was trumping it up like he was like on his deathbed and hurrying up and filming the shits and like,
right.
Might be.
Yeah, he's old.
93
fucking years old, man.
Yeah, he ain't got too many more appearances, man.
Yeah, that's a full fucking life, man. No question about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what more do you want?
Literally one of the most influential people alive right now.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what more do you want? I'm sure he's touched all the pussy there is to touch.
But honestly, though, I will say that Stan Lee and his notoriety, it doesn't sit well with me knowing how many artists and actual creators he's fucked over in order to get that. And don't idolize the man too much now. I mean, Jack Kirby is 100% like the guy that created the Marvel universe.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I don't idolize anybody like that, but I feel you. He's had some some discrepancies, but I mean, 93 fucking
some
years on
dirty
Earth,
shit.
everybody ain't gonna be happy with you. You're gonna have some
Man,
ain't fucking with you.
It's the same thing with like
Nuggets, man, and don't nobody give a fuck about him.
it's the same thing as like Bill Finger. You know, Bill Finger got screwed entirely by Bob Kane when Bill Finger actually designed Batman as we know and love him. Like I'm sure that there is there's this one like Tumblr comic that it was released probably like 5 years ago, I'd say. But it's called What Batman Would Be If Bill Finger Was Never Around or something like that. Something to that effect. You guys can Google it on your own. But it's hilarious because Batman, before Bill Finger actually redesigned the character and then gave Gotham City, like, basically it was just, the dude with the bat wings and the red
Ghetto
spandex.
shit.
Yeah, it was just really, really trashy. And even to this day, it's like Bill Finger doesn't get credited as the creator of Batman. It's always Bob Kane and Bill Finger, not Bill Finger's name first. So it's that shit with the estates that really fucks with me.
I mean, who character was it? Who character technically was it first on paper?
Basically, Bob Kane titled it Bat-Man, and then Bill Finger suggested that, well, we don't want to go with this character design, and we don't want to, have him just like, I forgot exactly what he was credited with. I know that he was credited for the character design, and that he was credited for Gotham City, and then Commissioner Gordon. Basically, all of the characters that actually are important and pertinent to Batman's history, that's all Bill Finger. Only thing that Bob Kane really did was gave like the initial first draft and then like the licensing. So that's it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's like
that's where it starts at, though, man.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
unfortunately.
not right, but I mean, technically, all it really do is you just need that one guy to get it started, and it's gonna always be known as his.
Yeah, that's grotesque.
Look all that shit I do for A.C.B.A. Boog don't do shit.
DMC had some exception to say about that. He said Stan Lee didn't fuck over anybody.
Let's talk to Jack Kirby's daughter and how she had to fight legal battle after legal battle in order to get that estate its rightful money. But I mean, it takes all types. It takes all types. But there's just not enough. There's just not enough real credibility to Stan Lee. I mean,
I think what needs to happen is you need to go on the Triple C podcast and duke it out with the DMC.
Well, I'm not going to. I'm in no way an expert on this, but only thing I know is that from looking at the original scripts for Fantastic Four and how Jack Kirby actually had like character dialogue penciled in as he was doing the panels and whatnot. That's really grimy that he didn't even get a writing credit. He was just credited as the artist, and then his estate doesn't get paid for contributing writing as well. And as someone in the writing field, anytime that you are a copy editor even always gets credit on someone else's work. So that's what I have a problem with. It's not giving the proper artists and proper creators the rightful credibility that they deserve to. It's like it's just about keeping everything on level. It does not do that. I mean, even if you ask Stan Lee who invented Spider-Man, Stan Lee, he'll say, "Well, I feel as though that Steve Ditko did." He feels as though. But he won't outright say that Steve Ditko created Spider-Man, even though it is a Steve Ditko creation. But, it's whatever, though. It's all good.
Oh, man, them's fighting words. Everything you just said, that's all fighting words.
No fighting. I'm not about to defend, these people that wouldn't go to bat for me, obviously.
No, I'm just trying to create hype for that episode. So people will want to see the resolution of this. We're just putting the gun on top of the mantle. If you want to see it fired, you got to go on Triple C podcast.
Well, we have 3 types of guests on the show: excellent posers, excellent diorama builders, and excellent customizers. So you got to fall into one of those categories.
I am definitely not any of those. I suck. I am opinions. I am opinions only. I can give you my words, baby.
Hey man, sometimes it's
Colossal
enough.
Customs for Pharaoh Black. He's living in Texas. He used to live in Wisconsin too, and he misses the cold. Then he asks the release date for the Gorilla and Mantis Aliens. I think that's going to be end of November. You were going to say something, Boog?
I think it was Pharaoh.
Oh.
Ooh, I see a nice little question there. Fabio and Internet. There's now a few Shake Shacks around LA. Which side are you on, In and Out or Shake Shack? That's easy, baby. In and Out. In and
I
Out
actually
all
haven't tried
day.
Shake Shack yet, but I've been meaning to because it's on my way to school, so I might try it next week.
In and Out all
I gotta
day.
try it when I'm down in LA because I don't have one around here. I gotta try it.
Shake Shack?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of In and Out for two reasons. Number one, I don't like string. What are they called? Shoestring fries, and
Mm-hmm.
their burgers are way too salty.
Mm.
And plus, I don't like their religious agenda that they have going on either.
That's
Just don't
honestly
check the
what
bottom of your cup, Todd, and it's over.
that's honestly what like made me stop eating from Chick-fil-A.
No, I
Yeah.
feel you there. My favorite though has to be Steak and Shake. Nobody.
Five Guys is my go-to place.
Okay, Five Guys is good too. Steak and Shake they don't actually have around here, but I've tried it a couple times when I was on a Vegas trip, and that's the only place I've ever found it. It's fucking great. But as far as like my go-to burger joints around here, it's probably Five Guys. Yeah.
I'm a
You like-
vegetarian, so I wouldn't even know.
Five Guys.
If you're in Five Guys,
They
is
call
what?
it the Willy Wonkas of burger craft.
But you know what you guys don't have? You guys don't have Culver's. I don't think any of you guys on either coast have a Culver's, and that shit is delicious.
Hey, Pancho knows about Steak and Shake. Fuck yeah.
In in SoCal, if you like pastrami, go to the Hat. That place is awesome.
All right. Pharaoh, do you collect Funko Pops?
I do not
Unless it's Batman.
If it's bad.
That's from Sonic Rockman.
No, but seriously, yeah, Batman. He's right. I got Batman, and I bought this Sam and Dean and Castiel. I don't know where they are, but I have them somewhere in my room.
That's supernatural, man.
And my girl has Freddy Krueger and Mary Poppins.
That's an odd mix.
Well, she likes Freddy, and she likes Mary Poppins. They both kind of cute to me, but
I mean, I'm just saying I would like to see that as like a mashup movie. Like you have Mary Poppins getting hunted by Freddy Krueger. That would be amazing, actually.
you know it's crazy.
RG Bats has an interesting question. I'll get to that actually when Boog comes back. Swaggy Spoder is asking our thoughts on movie and comic figures being in waves together. Should they be separate waves, movie-specific waves and comic waves, or do we like the split?
The split is nice. You know what the split does is it doesn't force the builder figure one, in my opinion. I think you're able to have your movie figures. They're able to get you more figures out instead of just saying, okay, we have a movie line and we're only going 8 figures. That allows you the 8 figures. Then break them up in waves or whatever. They're able to bring out maybe 12 to 14 or 15 figures amongst 3 waves or so. That's probably about the best way for them to do it.
Yeah,
I
and
agree
plus
with
it
that.
gives us like the option to sell off or just purchase separately, like the Build-A-Figure parts. Like if you're not wanting any movie figures, like and you purchase a case, you can at least resell those loose and you just keep the BAF parts for yourself.
Yeah,
You're right
it
about that,
makes
man.
sense. It makes sense. It pleases everyone. It makes us not so angry if you don't really like the movie figures and shit. It's not terrible. You know what I'm saying?
Right, because I didn't have to purchase the Doctor Strange wave at all. That's what the beautiful part about it was. I got was it Nico and Iron Fist, and I just kept it moving. You know what I mean? That was me.
Yeah,
Well,
you
you
got
should
the
get that
Dormammu
brother.
from the SDCC set though.
Right. Everything else I have from the San Diego shit.
But you should get the Brother Voodoo though, because the one that was previously released in the SDCC version is Doctor Voodoo. The one that they released just recently is Brother Voodoo. So
Yeah, I
it
was
is.
trying to explain that to Dave BX the other day, telling him that it was a different figure.
Yeah.
The one in the SD that has the paint on the face and shit. The other one is the classic version.
Right.
Yeah.
When it just served me to go ahead and just buy a unpainted head cast for $5 and paint that fucking thing.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
Just take
It's
the
a
eye
different
of
cape, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a different cape and it's different paint applications on the entire figure, and I think the translucency at the staff is different too. So
yeah.
It'll be okay.
Don't give him the eye of Agamotto either.
yeah,
It'll be okay. When I change my shoes, I'm still Pharaoh. So it'll be okay. he'll still be Brother Voodoo when I fuck with him. No matter what. No, I will pick it up though, man. I'm glad you pointed that out as well.
Yeah.
Pharaoh, did you finish Luke Cage?
Yeah, you didn't.
Nah, I'm only on episode 4. We talked about it a little bit when you was before you came on and shit. But yeah, just give us your thoughts without spoiling it.
I
Did
think
already.
really good. I liked it better than all of the other Marvel offerings as far as Netflix goes. I think Daredevil might have had better, like better action as far as karate and everything else. Or
Yeah, the
whatever.
choreography is definitely better in Daredevil.
Yeah.
But I think this show it offered a lot more. I don't, I mean, I really, and the villains, you know what? Killgrave was great. I didn't see anybody in Daredevil's show at all really that wowed me. Kingpin was okay, but I wasn't like wowed by Kingpin. But these guys on Cage, I guess I don't know if you want to call them. I don't know if I could say the who.
Just
Right,
keep
guys,
cottonmouth and don't.
Those dudes, man, I like them dudes, man. Like seriously, they really brought some shit to the table.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty pleased with it.
Moving on.
You know, anybody know the lady's name who played Cottonmouth's cousin or whatever? The
Mariah
Alfre
Dillard.
Woodard.
Mariah Dillard
Alfre
is the name of
Woodard.
the character.
Yeah, I
though.
forgot to mention her. She's been in countless movies.
Right.
You know.
You know, she was in
Needless
Civil
to
War
say-
also.
Was she?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she was
that's
the one that approaches Tony Stark after the conference and was like, "Hey, your shit killed my son."
That's
Right.
exactly what
She's
I was
not the
gonna
same
say.
character in this, but you know, that's just kind of one of those weird things. Kind of an oversight, actually.
Yeah.
But I think
Yeah.
it's because it's handled by two different studios. Marvel TV and Marvel Studios are two different entities.
Interesting.
So I think it really would have been up to the actress to be like, "Hey, by the way, I'm already a character in Marvel," and I don't think she was about to lose out on this job.
Definitely not. Paycheck is everything.
Paying like, what you think they paying like?
Probably.
Netflix.
Let's see. I think that this. Did they actually release like the budget for this show? Because I know that they do it occasionally, but I'm not sure. But probably, I would say for a character around
What do you think?
Mariah
They
Dillard
break it
level,
down per episode. They get a certain amount per episode, or it's like because
it's
Netflix
probably per episode.
all release
Probably
that
per
once, they
episode.
just give them a set amount, or what?
I think
would
it might work more like that. Like they get paid per season, not per episode.
Well, I mean, just because
It's basically like putting out a 13-hour movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, but if that was the case, the pay would be way more if it was a movie, though. So you can't even really
Right.
break it down like that.
Yeah, but I think that their money is really a lot of the bulk of the money is contingent on how well the show does as well.
Maybe.
Right.
Because I know it's something about Orange is the New Black. When it first started, they all paid them a certain amount of money, and it was contingent on if it gets picked up and the ratings, whatever. But after season 2, if I'm not mistaken, I think those chicks are getting something like $1 million an episode. No, not $1 million. Like a $250,000 an episode for the main cast, the ones that do. I forget the amount of screen time they actually have, but they're a pretty big amount of money.
Oh yeah, it's simply like basically Netflix greenlights like extra seasons for shows depending on if their subscriber count increases like substantially after they release a season of one thing, and then they monitor it like how many views that one thing got, and then once season 2 hits, that's generally when people have a little bit more bargaining power. But usually like around like a season 3 of a show, like I'm sure that Charlie Cox said that, the guy that plays Matt Murdock / Daredevil, when Daredevil season 3 comes out, that dude's going to get paid like a lot of money, I'm sure. And if he's in Infinity War, like you're about to see a paycheck and a half.
Well, I definitely want to see all of these street level characters in Infinity War. There's got to be some type of,
I really think that they're
sorry
not
type
even
villain for everybody to get involved with, for them to have their cameos and shit like that. It's got to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Not
Yeah.
unless they have some sort of special contract, because as it stands right now, anybody on the TV shows are not allowed to show up in the MCU
What?
movies. Yeah.
I'm under my.
I can't.
No,
I can't
for
think
my
Marvel is that fucking stupid. They have to. They have to have seen DC's failure with that. With that. With that. I don't. Marvel can't be that fucking stupid.
I'm pretty sure that actually, it's actually in the contract that if Marvel Studios wants to take people from the television universe and then incorporate them into the movie universe, they have that right. But I'm not sure about that information entirely. But from my understanding, there was an interview with Charlie Cox that said that if they wanted to, they can absolutely put me in a movie. It's in my contract. So I'm not sure where your information is coming from. I'm just going off of what Homeboy said during a sit-down interview with
I read that shit off the back of a Marvel Legends box. Don't listen to him.
I think it was Emergency Awesome where I heard it from.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. But, maybe. But, I mean, if the point stands, though, it's like if they do have some incident where it's going to require, like, all of the New York street heroes to, like, team up and assist with the Avengers and stuff while they're fighting Thanos, that would be huge.
Yeah, I mean,
huge.
like you said,
If,
these are the street level guys. So these are probably going to be the people that are evacuating cities or, saving people from wreckages and all that stuff while all the cosmic stuff is happening elsewhere.
yeah.
These are like the hometown heroes who are holding down the earth while everyone else is away.
Yeah,
Well,
Even if
they
we see,
definitely make references to the events that happen. You know what I mean? Like in every all of the shows or whatever. So I don't know, because I really was wondering, like, where's Shield? Like in all of this crap, like Shield doesn't show up at all. Like, and I don't know if it's something with ABC or what's going on, but I personally hope they do not put Chloe Bennett in a movie.
Well, you gotta think that all of the Netflix shows are at least after Avengers 1 because they all have referenced, the big fight in New York City. So it's got to be at least after Avengers 1 as far as
I think this is still pre Civil War though. Luke Cage.
Mm.
I mean, I don't know if there's any real way to verify that even, but perhaps. But I've always been operating off of the assumption that as like the film progresses and stuff like that, we're in that timeline. It's like it's progressing forward consistently. So I'm under the assumption that Luke Cage takes place after Civil War, but I could be wrong.
That could be true too, just because we don't always, like, the street level heroes or like the citizens and all that stuff won't always know exactly what happened at the events and the end of all these movies. Like maybe they don't know, the fight with the Winter Soldier and the Black Panther,
Right,
and
they don't know
the Avengers split up and all that stuff.
You know what was
Yeah.
really funny too? In the first couple episodes of Luke Cage, when they was in Harlem and they were selling the bootlegs of the
incident
from the Avengers fight and shit, that was pretty fucking funny.
Yeah. But that's like the one thing about like Marvel TV and Marvel Studios in general, how they have like their movie section, the television section for ABC, and then the television section for Netflix. It's like quite literally separated into three different entities. Specifically the Netflix television stuff, they never say, the Avengers. They just say the Caped guys, or the incident, opposed to saying the Chitauri invasion. Or the green guy opposed to saying the Hulk. So it's like they make a deliberate effort to distance themselves from the films. Ike Perlmutter is the guy that's...
The Avengers, though, they're not really like... I mean, I guess they are. I don't know. I feel like the only ones that are really out there as like iconic, like people that will be named by name is Iron Man and Captain America, maybe. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Maybe Thor too.
Yeah.
Maybe Thor.
It goes to stand, like, the reason they call it the incident, not the Chitauri invasion, is because regular citizens don't know about the Chitauri and the name of the race.
Like the alien motherfuckers that came back.
Exactly.
know, like,
but it's
it happened.
It's like even more insidious than that, though. It's because the television division and the film division do not get along well with each other at all. And it all happened when that power shift occurred where Kevin Feige wasn't having to answer to the television, the CEO of the television department. He was like, no, fuck that. I'm going to just speak to Alan Horn now. So that's what created the rift.
Well, Kevin Feige is a bit of a control freak.
Yeah.
All right,
So, I mean, Feige...
Got any more questions down there?
Let's see.
I don't care about people from the TV shows showing up in the movies or vice versa. What I care about is get the fucking rights from Fox out of their hands so we can start seeing all the cosmic characters of fucking Fantastic Four and everybody who is,
the thing that pisses me off so much. The thing that pisses me off so much about Fox is that we always see that argument from the studio execs that, it's. But then they'll release Deadpool, and it's their biggest hit in terms of their. I would say that it is their biggest hit in terms of their X-Men universe stuff, or in including the Fantastic Four stuff as well. And it was a comic book. It was an actual comic book movie. You have this character who lends itself really easily to taking the interpretation from the books and then bringing it on film, and it works fine. So why not apply that same logic from the Fantastic Four comics and then putting that on screen as well? Or the X-Men. The X-Men are very colorful characters. Why are they all in Matrix suits? Stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Hate it so much. It's like every single time that I look at Bryan Singer's X-Men films, where all of the X members are in this leather sort of Matrixy, all black, void of color. It's that removes all of the character out of these characters. I mean, it removes their personality. The whole reason why you have Cyclops as a primary blue, just to use the Jim Lee stuff, primary blue with yellow accents versus Wolverine, who is primary yellow with blue accents. It's because they're opposing in terms of their ideologies. That's the thing. Color matters. It's not done randomly. It's done with intention. So it would be nice to see that in a film, but I guess Fox Studios and they don't really care about that stuff.
Well, it's just frustrating when they have to fall back on shit like the Chitauri when it should have been the fucking Brood or not the Brood, the Badoon or Skrulls or fucking
Skrulls. Yeah, the Skrulls.
Yeah. It's there's so much shit that they should be doing, but they can't because it's fucking Fox.
Yep.
I think it'd be good to save the Skrulls though, because that's. You could have an alien invasion, but a shape-shifting alien invasion is a whole nother fucking thing.
You know how they have
that's your Phase 4 right there.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. That's some Phase 4 stuff for sure. If they were able to do that, that would be amazing.
Because at that point, I think enough years will have passed that maybe Fox will have dropped the Fantastic Four license.
Probably.
I don't know,
if they got the rights back to the Skrulls.
Robert Downey Jr. is getting pretty fucking old, so I don't know how much longer we can keep doing this.
Yeah, no question. They're going to have to pass the mantle off with that Iron Man shit. No question about it.
I mean, but does he really have to do anything? He just sort of walks around as Tony Stark, and then once he's an Iron Man, it's all CGI stuff anyway. So it's
No doubt, but still, as the face, this shit can't be looking old and wrinkly, man.
I mean, everybody. I mean, you've got Chris Evans and all these other guys that they're not getting any younger.
Huge twist.
I think they
Phase
got
4 starts and all of the original cast dies.
Say it again.
Whoa. You could
I
even.
was
Go ahead.
basically Phase 4 starts instead of we basically have the right out of the comic books where it's the Avengers have been infiltrated by the Skrulls, and this entire time Captain America has been a Skrull agent, some shit like that where it's oh fuck, it's Chris Evans is not Bay, he's a green alien man with this incredibly weird chin. That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing, man. That would take my money for the rest of my life.
Well, in the comics, I mean, Thanos kills everybody, right?
He kills half of the universe in a snap, and then he defeats the Avengers separately, and then basically the only reason why they were even getting shots on him is because he was willing to power himself down, even though he had the Infinity Gauntlet. But then he was like, you know what, I'm just being arrogant. Let me just power back to full and then defeat you guys and stuff like that. But it just sucks to know that that's not what we're going to be getting in the film. It's not going to be because Infinity Gauntlet is more so
How do we know that?
Well, no, I'm not saying that specifically. I'm not saying that specifically. I'm saying in terms of Silver Surfer's involvement, Adam Warlock's involvement. We don't know if Adam Warlock is 100% going to be in Infinity War. I would hope that he is though. Surfer, and that's a huge piece of that entire arc.
The next Guardians movie is really gonna play a huge part in how things are gonna play out in Infinity War and shit. I think on that cosmic level, we'll probably see quite a few new characters get introduced in the next Guardians movie.
Yeah, I hope. But the thing that sort of disappointed me is that they revealed that Kurt Russell's character, who's going to be the father of Star-Lord, is Ego the Living Planet. And I was sort of disappointed because
Don't
I
get
was
me
like,
started.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking stupid.
yeah, I was.
Don't get me
They
started.
could have easily made him Adam Warlock. They could have made him Adam Warlock, and it would have been just fine.
It needs to be Starfox.
Because like you need to have the. I mean, it is annoying though because it's just like Adam Warlock is pretty much the foil for Thanos' character. Like that panel where I think it's in issue 5, where he's like, you literally sabotage yourself, and that's why you always lose, Thanos. It's not because these guys are better than you. It's because you are psychologically constructing yourself to lose. Like Thanos is, Infinity Gauntlet speaks to me on so many levels. It's just a great psychological trip into that character's mind. And that's sort of what
like Thanos.
I actually like Doctor Doom more than Thanos.
Oh, okay. I was just
Fun fact. Fun fact.
let me get to some more of these questions real quick. We got a lot coming in. Well, speaking of Thanos, somebody wanted to know. Cerrone Games Go is asking if the Thanos Marvel Legends BAF will spike in price once Thanos arrives in the Marvel movie universe. What do we think about that?
Like the comic one?
Yeah, the BAF.
It definitely will not. No, it will not spike because it's a comic BAF. It's not a movie BAF. If people from the movies are looking for a Thanos action figure, they're going to either get. They're going to wait for the movie one.
Mm-hmm.
They aren't going to go immediately to this like obscure Jim Chung design of Thanos.
Well, we already know we're getting.
You could give us some of that juice I open.
For sure.
Will do.
The juice Build-A-Figure.
The juice. Fucking OJ Simpson. I'd do it.
Oh man, that would be amazing.
With bloody glove action.
Damn, isotoners. That also had a moment in Luke Cage Fun Fact. You remember it, right, Fabio?
Yeah.
Okay.
Eric Salazar heard there's going to be a Silver Surfer Walgreens exclusive since we're getting Invisible Woman next year. You think we're finally getting the Fantastic Four, he says? Anyone hear anything about that, Todd?
What about Silver Surfer?
Silver Surfer Walgreens exclusive.
I haven't heard jack shit about that.
Eric, you're lying.
I think it's speculation.
You're fucking with my heart.
Yeah, Eric.
Fucking with my heart, man.
We got a little... We need some proof if you're going to make a claim like that, man. Link us somewhere.
Fucking with my heart, dude.
Because I would love that.
EUP or something. I need some proof.
Screenshot.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that Fantastic Four is definitely going to get a wave, but are they going to even get Surfer? I don't know about that. They might just like, if they did, that'd be amazing. But something tells me it's going to just be the core four, Doctor Doom, maybe like a Silver Surfer or a Mole Man or something else. But I would prefer Silver Surfer. So if maybe they'll give us like Mole Man in the regular wave or whatever, and then have like the Walgreens exclusive be the Silver Surfer. So I could mess with that. I could be okay with that. But don't get my hopes up and say that it's been like confirmed when it hasn't. That's messing with my hope.
He's saying he saw it on a page. He wanted to hear from Todd if it was true or not. There you go.
Oh, okay.
There's got to be just... There's just like some people that sit around thinking, or who voice their opinions in a way that sound as fact, and so they're like, "Oh man, wouldn't it be so cool if this happened?" And then other people think, like, "Oh man, this person said this thing is happening." It's like,
yeah,
silly. Oh, we need a BAF analyst.
Exactly. I was like 100% confirmed that we are going to be getting a BAF analyst. Analyst. You guys got the analyst? This shit is so funny. Oh man.
Analyst sounds like the name of somebody who would win the Miss Juggalette competition.
Oh god. Why you got to bring that in?
Don't bring that in here. It sounds like a weird, like, white trashy way of saying like Annalise or Annaline or something like that.
Get that out of here. Get that out of here.
Am I wrong? Chat, tell me if I'm wrong.
Everybody's
press
phone
one
with
if you feel
mouths
bad
with
for
their
Fabio.
Press F to pay respects.
Everybody wants their Titus bath.
Yeah, that's gonna be the crowd pleaser.
Titus Bath? Are you fucking kidding me?
$25 free shipping
Such
on
pump.
eBay, 100% guaranteed. 100%. That bath is gonna be the least expensive.
Not Adam Warlock, but
Well, there might be other stuff in that wave. We'll see.
And I hope that they give us another Doctor Strange wave with like a Colleen. What was it? Colleen Wing, right? That's the girl that was. That'd be cool.
Yeah, but she got a nice reference of Luke Cage.
I know. As I saw,
Thanos Ruler wants to know our opinions on the Walmart Falcon. Todd, you get it?
Movie figures.
no, I don't fuck with the movie figures.
Okay, it's pretty
Boom,
good.
baby.
I like it.
2 for
It's
2.
just it's just plain plastic color. There's no shading on it at all, but it's pretty well sculpted. But it's just like like a plain flat gray on top, and then the black is just a kind of a shiny black. So it's all right.
I've seen a lot of them that they forgot to paint the shoulders.
Yeah, some of them are missing the red stripe on the shoulder, so be careful with that. Here's an interesting one. Have any of us have any figures break recently?
NECA expert, would you like to chime in?
I'm actually trying to think. I don't think I've broken anything recently. Nothing.
No, there are no NECAs.
I've never had a Hasbro Marvel Legends break on me.
Reliable quality control.
Only Toy Biz. Old ass plastic.
I honestly don't think I've had anything break recently. Nothing out of package.
I actually did purchase something in the 3-week span, and I ended up returning it, so that's why I didn't even mention it. But I bought the Nathan Drake.
Did it break on you or something?
Yes, the leg fucking popped off. And it wouldn't get back on. It just snapped at the peg. I was like, are you kidding me?
Wow.
It actually broke?
Yeah. It broke. I didn't even bother getting like a new one. I was just like, you know what? I'm done. This is the last time that NECA does this to me.
Oh, dude, that's so ridiculous. How does that? I bought 2 Nathan Drakes. They were both great.
We'll replace it for you.
Yeah, I'll send you my extra one.
I'm good, dude. Thank you, though. NECA and I, we have a very abusive relationship. It's not healthy.
That's ridiculous. I think you're specifically like, you know how some people look through different packages for the best paint job? You're looking for one with any sort of hairline fracture you can exploit to make your point.
Man, I'm just trying to enjoy my collecting life, and then as soon as I give NECA a chance, they just keep reminding me, man. They just keep reminding me.
Yeah.
Christopher Reeves one.
Anything that I collect.
Oh yeah, I was just wanting to get the Christopher Reeves one because it was like the classic world's finest to go, juxtapose that against the Batman, the Keaton Batman, but no thanks. Not anymore.
Yeah. I have 4 of those Keaton Batmans now.
I mean, as long as they don't break on you.
No, I actually specifically opened my other one right away because I wanted to make sure all the joints worked. Everything's fine. It's a great figure, man. It still holds up as one of my favorite figures. I think I put it at the top of my 2014 top figures list.
It's up there. I like the character likeness more so than anything.
Yeah. I'm actually going to be, I think I said this before you joined us, John, but I'm going to be repainting a couple of my extras to take on some of those weird Kenner styles.
Oh, yeah. I was here for that.
Okay. Let me find that guy on Twitter real quick who had posted about that because he did a fucking fantastic job. He did pretty much the entire assortment from Kenner. All the crazy ones like Arctic and the Tech Shield or whatever.
Everyone in the chat is now talking about Deadpool for some reason. Do you guys think Deadpool is overrated?
There's one guy who's just spamming Deadpool over and over again.
But yeah, I think Deadpool's overrated. I mean, I liked how he started, but albeit it was a little generic, and then he became more comical and whatnot. And I guess it's cool, but oversaturated, really.
Mm-hmm.
BD says we need a figure watch O.J. Simpson.
Absolutely.
Oh, fuck yeah.
The Isotoner interchangeable hands. Let's do it.
Hey, I didn't know that in Arkham Knight you could actually play as the Michael Keaton suit.
Oh, that's
fucking
dope.
tight.
It's real dope.
Makes me want to play that game, even though I know it's garbage.
If they release an SHF O.J. Simpson, does it come with like Nicole Brown accessories, like pieces of? That's messed up to even joke about that. Don't kill, guys.
Did you guys
Don't
watch
kill.
any of those
It's bad.
shows that came out recently?
Like the People versus OJ or something like that.
You watched that?
I loved it. It was so good.
Really?
It was really good.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Fucking John Travolta as Robert Shapiro is the best thing in the world. It's so terrible. Like his performance is so hammy and over the top. I love it.
NECA OJ and it breaks. Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
I would love that though, but I would love NECA OJ from like Naked Gun.
Everybody's going to be complaining about his fucking head and shit. And I'm like, no, it's in scale. His head's just fucking huge.
He has a big ass head.
Man, how they gonna shrink my
It
head
was
like
like
that, man? I'm the juice. I'm the juice.
Chappelle show and shit. I was
Yo,
like, damn,
what's he
that man has
doing
a
right
big
now?
ass head.
30-something years or some shit? What's he doing? What was his
Yeah, for like
Uh,
tax fraud or something.
No, that was for when he
They got
when he
him
ran up
for.
on the dealers that was selling his shit.
Wasn't it for like the bringing the gun into that one like casino or whatever and like
Yeah, I mean-
threatening
Oh,
to
that's
use
right.
it?
That's right.
Yeah.
He was trying to
He's
get
doing
his-
time though.
His memorabilia back from these guys that were selling it or some shit, but he pulled the gun on them and shit, and yeah.
They locked him up not for that, but they made sure to get their comeuppance. They were like, okay, listen, this guy, he did it. He did it.
He wrote a
He's
book
fucking-
about he did it.
He should have fucking knew better though. Yo, you beat a murder, motherfucker, that you clearly did.
That's on some what's it called stuff. What was the name of the guy that killed Trayvon Martin? What was his name?
George Zimmerman.
George Zimmerman. He's always a repeat offender, yet he's like
he
not
always
locked
has
up.
some shit. He just don't know when to sit his ass down and just get out of the fucking spotlight. Exactly. That's definitely the way to categorize it.
Yeah.
Just a motherfucker that don't know when they just love him to just sit the fuck down.
Can't quit when he's ahead.
Basically, that's exactly what it is. George Zimmerman will be dead in a few years, probably. Man.
Isn't he in
wouldn't
jail
surprise
now?
me. If he's in jail, that's news to me. Last
Nah.
time I heard that
You know what?
he was just
I'm pretty sure that somebody, the last altercation that he got into, some dude had shot at him or some shit. There was some like road rage incident, I think. But the person
Yeah.
who fired at him went to jail recently. He was found
Jesus.
guilty.
Okay. I know that guy's been going around. George Zimmerman's been going around, almost bragging about the fact that he got off.
He's been doing
Yep.
some stupid shit. He tried to auction off the fucking gun, or he did, or like, you know,
Holy
just, you know, yeah, that's one
That's
thing you
really
don't do.
scummy.
That's one thing you don't do. That's not, yo, even if you a killer, even if you a motherfucker in the streets and like whatever it is, me personally, I just feel like that's so far gone past your moral compass and shit to like celebrate the kill. Like you know what I'm saying? You don't do that in any form or fashion. Like if you get a kill and it's a legit kill, you know somebody fucking rapes your mom or some crazy shit, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta kill a motherfucker, then whatever. But you don't celebrate the kill. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't try to profit from the kill. You don't that's not what it's about. That's not justice. You know what I'm saying? Like even street justice, that's not justice. You don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's like fucked up for your moral compass. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's a lack of moral compass, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, anyway, this is what I was talking
What?
about with all the custom Keaton Batmans that this guy did.
he got off. Yeah. Recently in New York, my girl was just reminding me. Recently here in New York, there was some dude who was trying to rape this woman. And it was like one of these pushing your apartment incidents. Like he tried to push in the apartment, he tried to rape her, and it was like a woman and like her friend in the house. And I guess they kind of fought the dude off, and she called her husband and said, you know, this guy just tried to rape me. I guess her husband just happened to be like close in the area, and he rushed home. And when he got home, he was able to bump into the perpetrator in like the hallway of the building and shit. And he fights the dude and he beats him to death. And he got off. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like that's a legit kill. You know what I'm saying? Like that's in my book.
That's defense.
That's a legit
within
kill.
legal boundaries.
You know what I'm
Street
saying?
justice.
That's regular, good old-fashioned street justice right there. A motherfucker try to rape your wife, by all means, do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? So, but he got off, and his family was fighting for him, and he had a good lawyer and shit and whatever, and he got off. That's a legit kill in my book. Fuck that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't even waste taxpayers' dollars on some bullshit like that. Like, you the scum of the earth. A rapist is the fucking scum of the earth, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So
There's only one thing worse than a rapist, though.
right, like a child molester.
Yeah, exactly. But if you guys have ever seen that Vine, there's a Vine that literally is like, there's only one thing worse than a rapist, and then basically revealed child above it, and it's supposed to be read as child rapist. But someone in the audience just says a child. Like a child is worse than a rapist. It's funny. It's funny. I'll link you guys in the Facebook chat. Definitely my favorite Vine.
There was a show, it's called The League. I believe it's still on, but one of the guys on there got a role. The guy that plays Taco, he was a YouTube comedian and a stand-up for a long time, and he put out these music videos. He was the guy that did the Everyday Normal Guy rap and the what was it called?
Oh yeah,
the Vagina song, whatever the fuck it was called. But yeah, that guy got huge doing that YouTube stuff. I forgot where I was going with that, but I love that guy. I promise that.
You just wanted to express your love.
No, there was
Basically.
he did a video, actually. I remember now. He did a video. It was called Rapist Glasses, and it was just like an infomercial for these, those wide frame, creepy ass glasses that people wear that are just creepy looking. And he's talking about how girls love the bad boy look. It doesn't get any worse than a rapist.
It really doesn't, man. But you
Yeah,
know, you gotta be. But you don't want to abuse somebody like that. 9 times out of 10, you've been abused. It's just a vicious cycle and shit. It's just psychological shit. All of us, every single one of us has some type of chemical imbalance, some shit with us. You know what I'm saying? Just some people's shit is more extreme, and not as easily repaired or whatever. But like, for the most part, everybody could benefit from psychotherapy and from sitting down with a psychiatrist and shit like that. Black people be real opposed to that type of shit, but
Yeah.
but white people they be all for it, man, and it helps. There's no question about it.
Going back to the chat real quick, who's everyone's number one wanted alternate Spidey or Spider villain for a future Spidey wave? Any like other weird versions of Spidey that you feel we need, or any villains that are essential?
I wouldn't mind getting a Spider-Ham as a package.
Let's get some Tombstone.
Oh yeah,
Let's get a Tombstone.
Tombstone, no question. Tombstone, no question. Yeah, I'm down.
A new Kingpin we need for sure. I know that's more Daredevil, but we definitely need a new Kingpin.
I mean, Kingpin Build-A-Figure would be very nice.
Right.
Yeah.
They could even reuse that suit if they do like a suited figure. They could even reuse that for somebody else.
I'm sure people will be happy about the Spider-Punk shit. You see a lot of those customs floating around Spider-Punk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the Spider-Punk. Yeah, that would be sick. Maybe. Okay, this will never happen, but if we were able to get a Spider-Man, so like the Japanese Spider-Man, and then get a Bath Leonardon. Oh my God! Like, okay, I know that my man Darius, if you're listening right now, __ amazing. I know that you know about how like Super Sentai basically is credited with like, oh, they have like the giant robots, and that's like the first time that they were introduced. No. And that actually had the first robot in a live action series and stuff like that. First time. So if they gave us a Bath Leopardon with Spider-Man, I would literally cry. I would literally burst into tears. That would be the greatest thing that's ever happened to me in my entire life. And let's make it happen.
What if NECA got the Spider-Man license, but that's the one they had to do?
What other villains are we missing? What other Spider-Man villains are we missing? It's a few.
Give us a modern Scorpion. That would be amazing.
That'd be cool.
You know what? Hasbro just still needs to touch on some of the classic Toy Biz joints, revisit them.
Oh yeah.
Mysterio.
Update all of it.
Mysterio, freaking Werewolf by Night, which they'll probably
Spider Noir.
Yeah. I mean, Spider-Verse basically gave us a whole new pool to really pick from, but specifically for like the classic villains and stuff, obviously, you know, your Mysterio, I mean, someone just mentioned another one, and this is an easy custom that I see all the time, Grey Gargoyle. Like if they gave us that, that'd be cool.
Somebody else
like
mentioned Peter Porker and Manga Spidey.
If they gave us those two as like pack in together, that'd be amazing. That'd be amazing.
What about Vulture?
But,
We got Vulture.
Yeah, Grey Gargoyle.
We need an updated Vulture. We need Doc Ock. We need an actual superior Spider-Man where like completely accurate. That'd be awesome too.
Yeah. BD says Man
A
Wolf.
lot that they can do, man.
I'm sure they'll do Man Wolf and they'll do Werewolf by Night. Well, that's the same person, right? No? Man Wolf?
I'm not sure. Man Wolf.
But anyway, I'm sure they'll do that since they're doing what's this fellow that they put down in the next wave on the new mode? The green dude.
Jackal. Yeah.
Jackal. So that
Jackal for sure.
face is perfect for Werewolf by Night.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, he mentioned that in my interview.
Yeah, he even mentioned that exactly. So I'm 90% sure we'll get that.
Yeah, I just want to see them actually like give us.
They can give us a new Jigsaw. We talked about that before too. A new Jigsaw.
Jigsaw would be good. I mean, it's just a new head, really.
Basically.
Yep. New head on a suited body. That's it. Yep.
We'll have to see if that plays into Punisher or Defenders in any way. They might be holding off for that. They might know something we don't, you know, and are holding off for that. Moving on, let's get some more questions.
Don Jameson, right? Yeah, that's Jameson's son, right? I knew that. BD.
Here's a question for me about wrestling. Am I excited that the Hardy Boys might be coming back since TNA is ending? I was never really a big fan of the Hardy Boys, so you know if they come, that'd be great. I kind of do like what Matt Hardy's been doing in recent years with his whole broken character. I don't know how well that'll work in WWE, so they probably have to change his gimmick, and I don't know. I'm personally not always a huge fan of like old dudes coming back to wrestling. I like the fresh crop of dudes, like the cruiserweight division is probably my favorite stuff right now. Jack Gallagher, oh man, he's one of the best wrestlers, and I've only seen him in like 3 matches. So yeah, I mean, if they come, that'd be great, but they'll probably be drastically different than what you're enjoying in TNA right now. Who knows? They might even WWE might buy TNA. You should stay tuned to more of our thoughts about this on the next Super Slam podcast on the Raw Live Unedited Podcasting Network. Nailed that plug. All right, moving on. Man, everyone put in their suggestions for all the new Spidey stuff.
What they say?
A lot to say.
We got basically everything we said. I don't think we said Lizard though. The Spot, Swarm, Doc Ock, Bath.
You know what? The
Basically
Scorpius Lizard is still pretty fucking nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It needs a proper ab crunch. That should be official.
Any incarnation of Sinister Six.
Here's a question from Benjamin Ableton. What is your favorite Avengers lineup from the comics?
You know what? One of my favorites is Mighty Avengers, man. That's one of my favorites of all time. I wish they would have explored that team more. That was a fucking powerhouse team.
Wait, which team?
The first Mighty Avengers.
With like Sentry, Spider-Woman.
Yeah,
Wait, that's what it is. Mighty Avengers. So that was
Iron Man, Wasp.
Oh wait, no, not Spider-Woman. Not Spider-Woman. That was Ares.
She was
Sentry.
she was the Skrull queen during that time, but she was part of the team in the later.
Yeah, Veronki.
That team actually ran up in Dr. Doom's castle and shit and took him down and shit.
Well, yeah, yeah.
They pretty much sunned the fuck out of Dr. Doom. That team.
Yeah.
So you got to give them some credit for that.
That team was huge. Damn.
I like the Disassemble team though too. That was like real classic Avengers and shit. That was honestly, I think Disassembled was like Bendis at his best and shit. I don't. Bendis be on some fucking bullshit. You need to slap him.
That guy is very hit and miss. Very hit and miss. That epitomizes his entire catalog. But I'm trying to think now. Like I really like the Kree Skrull, the Kree Skrull team. I also really like the what was the name of that guy that ended up killing everyone? And was it like Korvac? It was. Korvac. I think it was the Korvac saga. That team was amazing too. Let's see, more modern stuff though, probably New Avengers when it was a
I guess the second team of New Avengers was probably the when they had Black Suit Spider-Man and they was really in the streets and really like running from the registration and shit. I think
oh yeah,
interesting.
like yeah, that one was definitely sick for sure. When they had like Thing, Luke Cage, Wolverine, Miss Marvel, when they introduced Daredevil into the team. Yeah, that team is amazing with Red Hulk too. Well, Red Hulk, he was a part of not New Avengers. He was a part of Avengers.
That was when they
I'm
went
just
into
thinking of like
heroic age.
just that stuff was like bad in terms of like storyline, but the teams were great and the interactions between the characters were great. Like the heroic age New Avengers lineup was probably my favorite lineup for New Avengers outside of like the Ronin when it was Hawkeye. Trying to think who else was a part of that team. It was Ronin, Sentry, Spider Woman, Iron Man, Captain America, Luke Cage, and Spider Man. I believe that was a really good team too. Really liked that stuff.
All right, moving on. I think we talked about those bootleg Civil War figures a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, we've done it like 3 times already. That shit is terrible. Don't buy it, please.
Fucking horrible. They're 7-inch scale and they don't fucking move.
Yeah.
There we go. Scroll up a bit. Who wants a Marvel Legends Domino? Anybody?
Definitely.
That would be cool, obviously, but
wouldn't
there
mind
are so many other characters.
I wouldn't mind them finishing up the X-Force teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Give us a Wolfsbane. Wolfsbane would be sick.
Give us a Wolfsbane. Give us a fucking what's the elixir? You know, Vanisher. That'd be fucking nice. I doubt that's gonna happen. Storyline is so fucking old now; it don't even matter.
Yeah. Right now they're focused more so on all new, all different is what their initiative is right now.
You know what we need? We need a fucking good Beast figure. That's what we need from Hasbro. Hasbro has yet to put out a good Beast figure. That's what we need.
Generally, Beast preferably. I believe it was during the interview actually that Dwight was saying that they could probably give us like the George Perez Beast on the Jackal mold, but even that is like way too scrawny.
We need a relatively large Beast.
Absolutely.
Like
big bulky.
That Jackal mold, nah, man. We need a official Beast. We need a Beast to go with our astonishing X-Men, and then we need the look that he's sporting right now with the Inhumans and shit.
Man, we need Jesus. It's like it's hard to think about because it's like there's so many things that are coming down the pipeline, and it's just leaving like so many empty pockets. Like we're never. I'm like convinced now that we're never going to actually complete the Jim Lee X-Men team. I'm convinced.
You know what? I don't know.
Because if it's like I'm wanting it to happen, but I believe that it's like because we want it so much that Hasbro is like they're doing the pump fake. They're like, nah, like it's not gonna happen. Like we'll end up getting like Jim Lee Gambit, Psylocke, but it's like when it comes to Beast though, they don't even have the tooling for that character yet, in my opinion. So I don't know. I'm hoping, but let's see. I mean, Jackal's is a step in the right direction. I'm sure that they'll, experiment with a little bit larger of a body with that type of sculpt. I want them to give us the right figure right away. I don't want to have to wait for them to fuck up like they did with Absorbing Man, for instance. Like they gave us a really shitty Absorbing Man in the beginning, and then they did it right when they gave us the Bath. I want them to just do what they did with Wolverine this year. Like, boom, definitive Wolverine. Mm-hmm. You're never going to have to ask for anything better than this.
BD says Beast on a Space Venom mold with Goblin's feet. That could work.
I mean, yeah, that wouldn't be bad at all.
That could definitely work.
Would not be bad. He's talking about Ultimate Green Goblin, right?
Right.
For the feet?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that. But it's like
Spoder wants some newer mutants too, like Quentin, Armor, Rockslide, Evan.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that too. Some of the kids from when they really opened up the school and shit like that. I wouldn't mind that. That'd be nice.
that would be sick.
Quentin Quagmire, that's his name, right?
I think so.
Something shit.
There's one guy named Fabio too. I know that.
I wonder.
Gold Balls, I think his name is.
You know what would be dope if they did a fucking Cassandra Nova? That'd be fucking pretty nice too.
Yo, that's like, yeah, that would be nice.
That would Nightcrawler on the Pizza Spidey mold.
I have a feeling that they're probably going to do that.
Oh, Nightcrawler though, I don't know. You know who's that did that custom recently? Was that who was it that did that Nightcrawler custom recently?
Was it the X-Force one or the regular?
It was like the more
It
modern.
was a regular one, all right.
He was in plastic and paint. I want to say that it was. Damn, what the.
I know what you're talking about. I think it was on the Pizza Spidey mold, wasn't it?
It might have been, yeah, but I feel like that's a little too tall for Nightcrawler. I don't know why.
It is, and the torso's a little long too.
Then maybe they could use the Superior Spidey mold.
That's what I'm hoping, that they give that mold a little bit more of attention, because there are a lot of characters that could work on that mold. A lot of characters.
Yeah,
Nightcrawler shouldn't be that.
I'm trying to find his Nightcrawler shot. I don't know why Warlock popped up, but I totally forgot that we're going to be getting that Warlock.
Oh yeah. Well, let's take a few more questions while we're looking here. Anybody else have some final questions before we get out of here? We got Fear the Walking Dead tonight. I think tonight's the 2-part finale, if I'm not mistaken.
I haven't watched one episode of the new season of Fear the Walking Dead. Not one.
You mean the half season or the complete season 2?
I don't know. I guess I don't know where I am, honestly. I only saw the first season, so I didn't see nothing else that
So you haven't seen any of the boat stuff?
Nothing.
Okay, yeah. It's not bad. It's better than season 1.
Yeah, you know what? A lot of people was fucking shitting on season 1. I didn't think it was that terrible. I do think that they was doing some dumbass shit but I didn't think it was that terrible. I think it was pretty suspenseful and like okay.
Yeah, it ended in kind of a fizzle.
It's just I just you know what I didn't like about it mostly is like how they weren't sharing shit with each other. Like, bitch, you just fought a zombie under LA and shit. Like, why don't you tell your family what's going on? Like, this is something serious that's happening. There's no secrets in a zombie apocalypse. Like, you want your family to be prepared. Like, yo, this is some serious shit. Motherfuckers is coming back to life. We got to band together. So they were just doing some dumb shit. Like, yo, I would be totally open with my mom and dad. Like, yo, listen, my dad's got mad guns. I want to tell him the truth. You need your guns. What are you doing? He's got all types of rifles and shotguns and shit. I need him. I can't lie to him.
All right. Why does Morgan take so damn long on his customs?
Who
Morgan.
said
that was from Thanos Ruler.
It's a good question, Thanos Ruler.
And then Zrak Imran wants to know, here comes my 5 cents.
God damn it.
Limit their items.
What'd he say?
Does NECA limit their items? You guys talk about how hard it is to get them.
You know what? I'm glad he said that because I was supposed to ask that. I forgot that that he had asked me that off the podcast earlier in the week and shit.
As far as like limiting their items, like I don't know about maybe a price per or an item limit per person at like cons and stuff like that, but really it's just about how much they distribute per Toys R Us. Like if they know certain Toys R Us have like a good collector market and like they've made good sales there before, they're probably going to get more than one case of whatever they're trying to ship in. Like my Toys R Us, they just expanded their collector vector section. Do you know what I'm talking about, guys?
I do not know.
Where all the Funko Pops and the NECA and some of the diamond stuff. That whole section, in my True at least, has been rebranded as like the collector vector. And instead of taking it off, or it used to be on like the back wall of electronics, just like kind of there. Now they have like a full like 2-aisle section for it that has like 2 small aisles in the middle. And since then, they've been getting way more NECA stuff. Like they got 3 full cases of the new Nightmare Freddy, and I guarantee that's going to warm pegs for a while. But yeah, it just depends if people are buying NECA shit at your True or not. Your best bet is maybe even just to get it online if you can't find it at your store, because it's either too many people are buying it and there's not enough demand to be met, or they're just beating you to it. Get your shit online.
Basti asked a question. Oh, wait, are we going to sign off or?
Oh, we got one more.
Let's take two more questions and
about to make some more money.
Well,
Bobby, did you ever army build those NECA alien soldiers from Alien 3? I did. I have 4 of them. Each one of them comes with a little decal sticker pack that you can put on like their helmets and stuff like that. And they have 4 different names included. So if you want to use all of them, the logical thing would be to get
before we take the last question or two, I forgot to mention that the SH Figure Arts Obi-Wan Kenobi images of that popped up.
Oh yeah,
me too.
Is that the one from the
Ben Kenobi
episode 2?
Yeah, episode 4.
Okay, yeah.
The video on the A.C.B.A. fan page on Facebook. So check that out if you haven't. I saw pictures that I thought looked okay, but when I saw the video, I thought the face looked a lot better. So hopefully it'll come out close to that version. I mean, you're not gonna get the most.
You'll have the blonde highlights too, though.
Nah, they got the pure white hair. Luckily,
blonde highlights though.
Does it have soft goods? I don't remember.
No. So I was just about to say that too. That you're probably not gonna get the greatest range of motion, but it looks like the aesthetics and how it works will still be pretty streamlined from the other characters that they put out, and that sort of garb shit. So I don't know. It looks pretty good to me. I mean, you don't need that particular version of Obi-Wan to be like doing splits and shit.
Super articulated. Yeah.
It's not that serious. But it looks pretty good.
They have the variant
like that. It's the face. It's the head sculpt. That's gonna make the figure and shit. We already know Figure Arts can do wonders with the bodies and shit like that. So it's the head sculpt. Hopefully the head sculpt will come out close to whatever they just showed in this video. So check that out. It's at the top of the board, top of the page on the A.C.B.A. Fan page on Facebook. So, but yeah, what's the last couple of questions we got?
This is a good final question, so we can take this one now, and if you don't want to, we'll take another one before it. So, expected NYCC reveals.
You know what? That is a good question, and I think that NECA's going to have quite a few reveals.
Something new for Turtles for sure. I'm excited to see what that is.
Well, they're supposed to be dropping the Raphael and shit. You know what? I've been shitting on the Figure Arts Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from the original cartoon and shit, but everybody keeps telling me that they really fucking nice and shit, and I ended up getting a couple. I've got a Leonardo and Donatello on the way, and I guess I'll pick up Raphael at New York Comic Con and shit.
Right.
So, shout out to my man E. Rivera 94 and shit. He reviewed them so far, and they look pretty fucking nice, man. I can't lie. When I saw them though at Toy Fair, I wasn't overly impressed, but seeing the reviews, I don't know, it's weird. Seeing the reviews and seeing pictures and shit, I think they look better, but I already saw the shits in person, so it's weird. I don't know. Hard to explain. But yeah, what else? I don't know if Hasbro's gonna have a big presence at New York Comic Con. They've been slowly trying to get back into the groove of things as far as NYCC goes. They haven't really had like the hugest presence since probably like 2011, and that might be partly our fault.
I was like, attendance for NYCC just literally hits the floor.
If I remember correctly, 2011 was pretty fucking hood, and
oh god,
it was like all of the like New York people there, and we were like pretty inebriated and like at the panel.
Well, with gentrification though nowadays, I mean, there's going to definitely be so many more white people that are showing up to NYCC.
Hipsters.
It was kind of nuts. We were we were drinking, and I think we kind of scared them off and shit. They never came back after that. So It's kind of weird. They literally never came back after that Comic-Con and shit. They just did not have a presence. They didn't like have any exclusives. They didn't have shit. You know what I'm saying? It was just they were like, fuck New York. So I don't know. Hopefully they'll show up this year, and at the very least they'll have some new things on display. I'm pretty sure there won't be any exclusive from Marvel Legends, but we already know that NECA's going to have some shit. We know that Figure Arts is going to have Raphael. We know that what other exclusives is supposed to be? I'm sure there'll be some pop vinyls and shit like that. There should be some more stuff from Figure Arts too. Raphael, I feel like there's going to be something else from Figure Arts that they'll release early.
Isn't there a Sasuke or something like that?
Yes, there's a Naruto figure. Yes, you're right. I don't know if it's Sasuke, but there's a Naruto figure for sure because JC had asked me to pick it up for him. I don't remember what it was, but there'll definitely be some Naruto that they'll be releasing early. So yeah, it might be Sasuke. You might be right. So yeah, New York Comic Con is slowly getting back into the groove of things and having their own exclusives and stuff like that. They've been really shitting on New York Comic Con like 3 years prior and shit. So the past 2 years they've been better. It's been bigger. It's been way more people. So it's starting to rival SDCC, no question about it.
John, do you have any expected reveals from NYCC?
Maybe not reveals, but they might actually like give us the actual case breakdown for the Wave 2 of X-Men Legends. They might say that, you know, either Wolverine and Shatterstar are definitely going to be in it, or it's going to be Wolverine and then someone else.
I hope at the very least they have the display out. I hope they at the very least they have, you know, Doctor Strange, X-Men.
I'm sure that they will
on display. You know what I'm saying? I hope at the very least they have that.
They will. I'm thinking that this one is probably going to be used more so for like clarifying what future stuff is actually going to be coming out. Like they'll say for sure that it is a Sandman bath, or that it's like Wolverine is going to be the Jim Lee Tiger Stripe Wolverine, or you know, it's like clarification. I don't think that they're going to actually show us anything though.
And shout out to Glenn Webb's partner. I saw a post from him saying that he was going to be at New York Comic Con, if I'm not mistaken, just kind of like doing a 1-2 for Glenn, because Glenn was going to come out here and do his thing and meet everybody and whatever. So that's pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to meeting him and sharing a beer with him and shit in Glenn's memory and all of that. So that would be pretty interesting. Yeah, that's gonna be cool. You know, that's what it is with these Comic Cons. Like to me personally, like being able to meet up with people and chop it up with people and have a beer and just talk face to face with some people that you've been interacting with online for the longest and shit. That's the biggest draw to me, is really that community building experience and shit like that. So you know,
Definitely.
just meeting up with people is like the major draw to me personally.
Definitely.
Oh, I won't be making it this year, so I won't be meeting you guys. But
we'll meet soon. We'll meet soon.
Yeah,
about that.
I am going to the LA Comic Con here, so I'll meet up with all the guys down here.
There's no question I'll be in San Diego next year. My girl's sister, her husband is in the military, and he's based out in San Diego now, so they're out there. So we're gonna make a whole trip of it, and me, my girl, my daughter, we're gonna go out there and. You know, and the girls will do their 1-2 thing and hang out with her sister and her daughters, and I'll get to go to the con and shit. So there's no question I'll be at San Diego Comic Con next year.
Sweet.
Because we'll be making a vacation out of it on top of that. So we'll go to SeaWorld and all of that good shit. So.
All right, well, that's about it. I mean, as far as anticipation for NYCC, just fucking NECA stuff, basically.
Yeah, I think we'll still
feature stuff in person.
The show on Sunday and shit, because like I said, by Sunday I'll have had enough of the fucking con. Honestly,
right?
You know, honestly, after 2 days of Comic Con, if you've never been to Comic Con, after 2 days straight of Comic Con, you had a fucking enough, really.
Really though,
like exhausting.
You know, the shit's exhausting.
Like ass. Smells like ass on Sunday. Don't do it.
And if you if you're a part of the con, if you're like you're selling shit or something there, you absolutely had enough by the time that shit's over. You don't want to see another con until next year, basically. So, so yeah, the shit's very exhausting with the crowds and waiting in lines and this and that, and like the shit's not all it's cracked up to be. That's why I always say that meeting up with people, then the bars and all of that shit is really the draw. You know what I'm saying? The con itself is tiring as fuck.
It's the backdrop, really.
Right.
Well, take us out of here. It's almost about that time.
All right. So listen, a lot of people have been asking about the X-Men, the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure wave as far as getting it through the A.C.B.A website. Listen, we had to email different people asking questions and shit like that, and I totally understand. But listen, we in the same boat. Hasbro owes the online retailers over 11,000 cases of the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure wave. All right? So it's not just us. It's every major online retailer that you can think of. It looks like they took care of all of the regular retailers, Toys R Us, Target, Walgreens, all of those places first. And maybe they're still in production with the 11,000 cases that they owe to online retailers. So we're waiting. It's not on us. There's other things that we've gotten quickly and have already shipped out. And, we on top of our shipping game. It's not on us. So if you're waiting, if you already paid, or if you're just waiting, then, we waiting too. We pretty upset as well as far as trying to get that particular assortment. But if you already paid through us, then you absolutely are going to be one of the first people to receive it once those cases reach us. I do know that we are in the top 10 percentile of people that are supposed to receive their shipments once they get to the wholesalers. So that's what it is. We're just waiting right now. The Deadpool cutouts packs are shipping this week. There'll be another assortment up on Friday. The same assortment, but another release. I think that's pretty much it. We're going to get around to Summer Shots winners soon. We are planning the World Tournament for 2016-2017 right now. We're a little behind on that, but everything's getting done. We're getting it done. We're trying to do as much as we possibly can in the time that we have. Ty is on vacation right now, so he's a major part of the graphics and graphic design shit as far as the tournament and shit goes. He's touring Europe and shit right now, so shout out to Ty. I know he's having a good time. I see him posting on Instagram and shit like that. And we're gonna buckle down and get things situated this week. But just bear with us if you're waiting for anything. Even if you're waiting for, I got to talk about that too. We're going to put up an official post on the Instagram too. But if you're waiting for tendrils, a good amount of tendrils went out last week before me and Pep went on vacation, or the week before that. And more will be going out within the next week, hopefully. But what we're going to actually do is ship. If you're waiting for an order that has cutouts or tendrils or flight stands or all of the above, it's probably hasn't shipped because we didn't have the second part of the tendrils in. But I think we're going to be shipping stuff out to everybody this week, and then just shipping the tendrils by themselves when they come out, just so things aren't held up. So we'll take that little extra money for the shipping on the chin, and just get you your stuff in 2 parts basically. So that's what it is. Follow us on Instagram at Articulated Comic Book Art. We Articulated Comic Book Art on everything. Like the fan page. Come join the Facebook group. And yeah, man, look for, I forgot to mention this too, but we got a little mini collaboration with Extreme Sets, who do these pop-up sets. They originally started doing a lot of wrestling pop-up sets, but they've been venturing out and doing some different things. And really trying to appeal to the A.C.B.A audience, which is cool. So we actually did a little collaboration with them for a pop-up set that they're supposed to be releasing in February. I'm really excited about that. So look for that to come soon. I meant to show the artwork for that in this episode. I guess I'll show it on Instagram or something like that. But shout out to my man, Vinny, who did the artwork for the collaboration with the Extreme Sets guys, and I think the artwork looks fucking phenomenal. I think it looks great. I'm really excited about this. So that'll be going out to many people. It'll have the A.C.B.A logo. It'll be A.C.B.A themed, and it'll be in Big Bad Toy Store. It'll be everywhere. It'll be something that you could purchase, and it'll be A.C.B.A themed. So that's huge. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the guys at Extreme Sets, and that's all I got to fucking say. I had a lot of beer. And I'm
I'll keep it short and sweet. They call me Colonel Crackers on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Reddit, and Steam. You can also catch me on the Raw Live and Unedited Podcasting Network. We do a show called What's Worth Watching. Comes out every other Wednesday. And next week, we're getting heavy into Luke Cage. So if you wanted to hear more spoiler-filled discussion about Luke Cage than you heard here on this podcast, stay tuned for that coming later this week. And that's about it for me. John, what you got?
You can follow me at Indternet. That's ENDTERNET. You know what it's about. That's it.
All right.
All right.
Until next week.
Peace. See ya.
Peace.